Hello, everyone. What's going on? How are you guys doing today? How are you guys doing today? How much are we up to? We're up to 510. That's pretty good. Why am I late? I'm not late. I am 7:30 every Wednesday. Every single Wednesday. Because for the people who actually pay attention, unlike Chase, Wednesday is what, everyone? Wednesdays are for Wednesdays we wear pink. That is correct also. Wednesdays we wear pink. That is correct also. I started throwing my pink tank today too. I almost did. But of course, no, the answer is Wednesdays I play tennis. Wednesday is tennis day. And tennis practice doesn't end until 7 o'clock Central. So I go to tennis practice and then I come here. I actually rush home to get here. And I would skip tennis practice in order to come hang out with you guys, especially Chase. But no, I'm not gonna do that. So I was out there running around a tennis court with my kiddo. I was out there running around the tennis court with my kiddo. Having a lot of fun too. I was having a blast. I was having a blast out there today. Ugh. The funny thing is she's getting better, but I'm getting a little better too. What's funny is, so she does tennis lessons on Wednesdays, right? And that's why I'm late. And I go and I hang out and I play with her during her tennis lessons. So she has some competition while her coach, teaches whatever. My hat looks so funny today. While her tennis teacher teaches whatever, you know what I'm saying? And so he started actually giving me a few tips today. And so I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? Friday, I'm gonna have my first tennis lesson. Yeah, so I'm gonna get my first tennis lesson on Friday because I don't hang out with you guys on Fridays anyway. So I'm on my first tennis lesson and I'm like super excited so that I can get better and make sure I can stay ahead of my daughter. So it should be fun. If I don't hurt my knee or my shoulders any worse than they already are, then I think it's a win. Hey, Corey and Shush, can you please check the mod chat in Discord, please? Yeah, so I'm gonna have my first tennis lesson. I'm super excited. It should be a lot of fun. I'm already getting better from just playing. I've just been playing with my kid, so I'm excited to see what happens with me on my first lesson. I think that's pretty cool. Anyways, y'all, come on in. Sorry, I don't even have my headphones ready. Like I said, I was rushing over here. But can y'all hit that like button, please, a whole bunch of times. You hurt your back playing tennis and realized you were 30. The only reason I'm going to start taking tennis lessons is to try to stave off being 40. I'm going to try to make it as slow as humanly possible. I'm going to try to make it as slow as humanly possible. I did yoga for a bit for back pain, and I didn't hate it. So maybe I'll do that again sometime. Who knows? Ugh. I just got to get time, yo. I just got to get time. That's the problem. I don't get time. Yeah, sorry, I muted my microphone so I could plug in my headphones, and I forgot that it did that. My bad. Yeah, I was in actually chronic pain yoga, which is like a special type of yoga, and it worked pretty well for me. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just kind of get warmed up, see how it works. Yeah, I had fun up on Johnny's live today. That was a great panel. We had Johnny over there. We had Mermaid. We had Nemo. Just a great panel. I've known Johnny for through TikTok and stuff for a long time. He used to come up on my panel when I had like 20,000 followers. I think at that point he was under 100,000. He has 800,000 now. So or something like that. He's blown the hell up, and I'm super excited for him. I'm super happy. Literally could not happen to a better guy. Literally could not happen to a better guy. Right? And I mean that I don't say that flippantly about creators, because I've told you guys many times. Y'all, I've told you guys many times, there's a bunch of creators I don't really like. I don't talk trash on here. It's just not my thing. I don't do that, right? It's not my style. But Johnny, I truly, it could not happen to a better guy. He is truly one of really good people. You know what I'm saying? He is truly one of really good people, and he's gonna go far. He's gonna hold some office or something, and be really important somewhere. he's gonna get older and hold some office and be real important, doing something way more important than I ever will be, and I'll be there for it. Hell, I'll work on his campaign. But anyways, hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thank you guys so much for coming in, and appreciate you. You guys go ahead and hit that like button, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you're new here. We are going to try to get into some conversations, get into some debates, get into some banter, and get into some normal fun over here. Maybe a little bit more talk about Christy Gnome's husband's boobs. I don't know. We'll see. Johnny lost a local election, which is easy to win. The Hoff, you couldn't win a raffle at your local kindergarten, which you were at for probably a weird reason. Okay? So I don't know who you're talking to. Okay? Probably trying to scope out something or something like that. I don't know who the hell you're talking about. You're weird. Anyways, hope everybody is having a wonderful day. Actually, real quick, go away. There we go. Yeah, truth does hurt. You're not good at this. There's some truth for you. You're really not good at this. You have failed miserably at the one thing you do more than anything, which is crazy. All right, if you still support Trump, you can jump up in the guest request box or call the number on my screen. Hopefully you don't go broke from, running out of gas. I actually filled up my gas tank. You remember when, so do you guys do those little like sign up programs where like you can get, where like you spend so much at a gas station and like, after a while you earn, like so many cents off a gallon or whatever. You guys know what I'm talking? Yeah, like the loyalty programs. So of course I'm on one, right? Because, whatever. And it's funny because normally I'm always like, let's just let it build up, right? Like, let's just let it build up. Like, I want to get it up like really high. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's me. I want to get it up like really high to get like 25 cents off, 30 cents off a gallon, like so great. Now, every time it pops up and it's like, would you like 10 cents off a gallon? I'm like, please and thank you. I will take that as quickly as possible. And then I go, thanks. Then I go, thanks, Joe Biden. That's what I yell at the gas pump every single time. I go, thanks, Joe Biden. Goodness gracious. Okay. Hello, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. About yourself, brother?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I am 34.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Why is that?
He's doing a great job.
Is it because of Joe Biden's gas prices?
Say that again. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Is it because of Joe Biden's gas prices?
No, come on now. This guy here. Well, what you don't like about Trump? Because I catch videos every so slightly, and you just be going in on him. So, like, what's your problem with him exactly?
He's a horrible president and a horrible human being. Oh
my goodness! What made you say that?
Which part? Like, there's like so many little points underneath what I just said. Like we could probably like break down like into categories and then subcategories, and then we could probably spend a good amount of time on any of those subcategories, to be completely honest with you.
But my thing is, when you say, I mean, let's get this off the bat. There's no politicians that are good people. That's just my honest opinion. So you got to take the greater or lesser, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think he's a bad guy personally. I don't. What makes him such a bad guy that you?
Yeah.
Are on here just like
we could talk about that, but
you don't like the president.
But by that same standard, right? Like you can, like you must be able to come out here and say that Hitler was just another bad politician, right? Like,
oh my goodness, you comparing him to Hitler.
No, you're just saying that we shouldn't worry about politicians being bad people, right? Because there's just good ones and bad ones, and there is no good ones, so let's not worry about the super bad ones, right?
Okay. So would you consider yourself a Democrat, a libertarian, or?
I'm Paulie. Nice to meet you.
Where are you at in that aspect? Okay. I feel like you. There's a lot of people that just hate Trump, that hate him. It's just like, what is he doing that's so bad that he's taking care of Americans? That's what I see from.
Cool. How's he taking care of Americans?
Have you looked at the home rates and rental rates?
Yeah.
Lately?
Yeah, they're not doing good.
Seeing them going down?
No, they're not.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I stay in RTP, Research Triangle Park, was like the home of like pharmaceuticals and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is going down, brother. Everything is going down.
Okay, sir. I don't know what's going on your like half a block that you live in. Okay. I'm talking about housing prices across the entire United States. I'm not saying that no apartment building has gone down. Like that would be a crazy thought, right? It's housing as a whole has, right?
Mm-hmm. So I stay in Mooresville, which is in North Carolina. And it's a very, let's just say it's a well-to-do area, but things are coming back down to normal price.
What's normal price?
Because of the war,
mm-hmm.
It's extended a little bit higher, right? So pretty much you could get a home here. You couldn't get a home in Mooresville area for less than, let's say, $4,500.
I don't even know if that's good, sir.
Say it again?
I don't even know if that's good.
That's actually that's very good, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
The area I stay in, that's very good.
Okay.
So
well, then let me ask you a question.
For 300,000.
Cool. Then let me ask you a question. What did Donald Trump do to effectuate lower housing prices?
So the first step was to get all these people that aren't legal citizens out. That's the first step of the process.
And how did that help?
By giving more jobs, bringing more opportunities. It's like all this goes hand in hand.
Okay, well let's do that. Let's do this. Okay, let's do a little math here. You cool with that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. How many undocumented immigrants did Donald Trump deport in 2025?
Nowhere near as much as Obama.
Cool. Do you have a number?
So I don't. I'm pretty sure you have it. Do you have it?
I do. It's about 600,000.
So how many did Obama deport?
Sir, wait, sir. Oh, we're not talking about Obama because we're talking about how immigration. No, sir. We're talking about how immigration affects housing. And nothing I can say about Obama is going to change how Donald Trump deporting people in 2025 affects housing in 2026, is it?
You don't believe so?
You think that
because
hold on. You think if I tell you, hold on, sir. If you think if I tell you the number of people deported in say 2015, okay, then that changes how the number of deportations in 2025 affected housing prices in 2026. Because you're gonna have to explain to me. You're gonna have to explain to me how that works.
You have two different arguments. So you don't believe that helps the economy? You don't?
Sir, we're not talking about a healthy economy. That's not part of the argument. The argument is, sir. The argument is Donald Trump's deportations have helped housing. Okay, that is your argument.
That'd be an invalid point.
Okay, cool. That is your argument. I will say we're not going to Obama. We're not going to do immigrants help the economy. We're not going into any of that. The argument is Donald Trump's immigration crackdown helped housing. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
So at 600,000 people, there are 3,143 counties or county equivalents in the United States. Okay? So at 600...
If they're undocumented, would they even be in stats? That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
So you can't go off stats for undocumented people who are not supposed to be here, or that's what they call it, illegal aliens, because they're off the record,
I could not possibly imagine a way in which people who aren't documented and whether we know about them or not affects the number of counties or county equivalents that are in the United States.
I don't see how you wouldn't see. So if there are people that aren't accounted for that are here taking up space, you don't believe that affects the economy?
I'm going to try this one more time. Okay?
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm listening.
I've given you two numbers. Okay. One is the amount of deportations under the Trump administration in 2025. Okay. The other number I gave you is the number of counties in the United States. Okay. I don't know what any of those numbers have to do with our ability to accurately calculate how many undocumented immigrants are in the country. I don't know how that could possibly, how that qualification could possibly help either of those numbers to exist.
So you're saying the housing market has nothing to do with Trump?
Sir, you won't let me get to my point because every time I try to make my point, you interrupt me to change the point.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Perfect. Thank you. There are 3,143 counties, and he deported about 600,000 people. So by that calculation, he deported about 190 people per county. Okay, on average. Okay. Do you think 190 people per county is directly affecting your rent prices in your county? And B, will you please explain to me how Joe Biden deporting 685,000 in 2024 didn't do the exact same thing?
So you can't flood the border and say, "Oh no, we're stopping it. Now we're deporting people." That's not how that works.
That's not the conversation we're having, sir. We're having it, sir. Please explain to me how when Joe Biden deports more people, it doesn't help the housing market, and when Donald Trump deports less people, it does help the housing market. That is the question that I'm asking you.
That has nothing to do with the premise of
That
what we
is
were
the
talking
entire
about.
premise of the conversation, is that you're saying that Donald Trump's
This is the
deportations
problem.
positively affected the housing market. That is the entire conversation.
See, what happens is you guys come up with felonious points and then move the goalposts to go other directions than what we're talking about.
Gotcha. So which point was felonious, sir? The number of deportations that Donald Trump himself claimed, or the number of counties in the United States? Which one of those is a felonious stat?
Just a simple what you see how you like. So what did Biden do? It's like Biden is
I didn't say what did Biden do, sir. I said, how did Biden's immigration policies affect the housing market, specifically due to his deportations in the year of 2024?
So you don't believe they had a mark on the housing market?
Sir, I'm not asking, I'm not making a statement that at all. I am asking you a question. You made the positive statement. Your prices in whatever fuck town you live in, I don't give a shit, went down because of Donald Trump's immigration policies. That's the positive claim that you made. Okay? So little in the middle of who gives a shit America, you're saying that Donald Trump's immigration policies positively affecting your housing market. I am questioning you on that point. That's it.
Why haven't you said anything about the fraud? The fraud that these guys have been doing for years on years.
Because the fraud in Minnesota has nothing to do with your county in, what did you say, North Carolina?
But it's all over the world.
Nope. I'm talking about, okay, sir. So your town in where in North Carolina? RTP or some shit? Mooresville. Okay, do you have any documented proof of fraud? Do you have any documented proof of fraud in your county from immigrants?
Yes, look up the ethnicity out here. And then
I didn't ask the ethnicity. I said, do you have any documented proof of fraud?
I don't have any documented proof of fraud.
Gotcha. Like so therefore, fraud from undocumented immigrants has nothing to do with what your point was, which was housing in your town due to Donald Trump's immigration crackdown. So we're back to it, okay? We're back to it. So you can keep trying to pivot to Biden's border, or you can pivot over to, over to fraud, or you can pivot to, oh, does it help the economy? You can pivot wherever you want, but I'm just going to keep bringing you back, sir, because sir, as good as you are at pivoting, I am, sir, as good as you think you are at pivoting, I am so much better with staying on topic. That's the cool thing about my brain. My brain just craves staying on topic. And no matter how hard you try to switch it, I'm going to stay right here. So you are going to respond to what I'm saying if we're going to continue this conversation. And if you want to move on to something else, just say, if you don't have anything else to say about that part of the topic, then just say, sir, I'm completely full of shit. I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. I might be slightly not okay in the brain, and I want to move on to something else, okay?
But see, that's why, like I said, that's why you guys lost with a landslide. This whole, I know.
Sir, I didn't lose anything, sir. I wasn't running for election, okay? I lost nothing. So I cannot possibly imagine how me saying something when I wasn't running for election somehow lost me an election that I wasn't running for, okay? But sir, and since I know that you have ran on 0 political campaigns and you're sure as hell not a strategist, okay? I think I'm gonna go ahead and take, other people's opinions on why the Democrats or whatever lost and not yours. But again, sir, all that is you attempting to move the goalpost again, okay? Back to housing, okay? You good?
Neither are you.
Neither am I what?
You are here you're not a strategist. You just throwing out.
No, sir. See, this is the problem with you is you're talking too much and listening too little. Okay. What I said was, since you are not a strategist, I'll go ahead and listen to the strategists and not you. You see how if you're quiet long enough, if you're quiet, see, this is your problem. See, you're talking again. See, you're talking again when you're not supposed to be. This is why you don't hear anybody's point, because you're talking a lot when you're not supposed to be, okay? If you'd let people finish sentences, then we wouldn't be in this issue, right? We wouldn't be having this problem. Then I wouldn't have to repeat stuff. I don't like repeating stuff. I like having conversations with adults, all right?
You're funny. Go ahead.
Oh, are you going to respond to all the numbers I gave you about immigration and housing?
That's what I'm telling you. You talking about numbers. I'm seeing it for myself, brother. This is the eye test. And that's the thing. I'm not so much of a right wing or a left wing person. I'm telling you, I can look at somebody and be like, all right, this person's feeding me BS. And I think a lot of Americans also saw it and was like, they're feeding us BS.
Gotcha. So you're all about your feelings, and that's totally fine. See, okay, don't need to worry about being left or right or Democrat or Republican because I have facts and numbers and policy. I have all the things that show what's going on. And contrary to your guys' belief,
how could you?
And contrary to popular belief, I do things like go to the gas station and I'm seeing gas prices go up. I go to the grocery store and see steaks costing, I don't know, $1 million a pound or whatever the heck they're costing, right? I see all of those things, okay? I see them all also. So when you guys come up here and you're just saying shit, okay, and saying, oh, I just feel with my heart and I feel and I think in my little town that I saw something, I just don't care, sir. I just don't care because Donald Trump is not the president of your little fucking town. Okay? He's not the president of your little fucking town. He is the president of the United States of America. So the things that he does that affects the whole in United States of America is what I care about. Okay? You have to leave out of your little bubble.
But how do you start up a conversation saying, oh, well, I feel like he's a bad person, but I don't lead with emotion. I don't do emotion, sir. That's what you said.
I actually said, you asked, why do I not like him? Which, again, is asking for my opinion.
And you said he's not a good person. Sir,
that right? Is literally asked. No, that's my opinion, which you asked for. You said, why do you not like him? So therefore, you asked my opinion on a certain topic, and then I gave you my fucking opinion on that topic. I didn't ask for your opinion on shit. I asked you to explain to me what the correlation was between immigration and housing. I didn't ask for your opinion on it. I asked you to freaking to look at the situation and go, how does this thing affect this thing? That's all.
So how many people you think are off Section 8 because of that?
How many people you think are off Section 8 because of that?
Because of deportations.
0?
Okay, yeah. All right.
Considering undocumented immigrants don't qualify for Section 8?
Yes. Oh, yeah, the trash is over here. Man.
No, it's actually right here on the other end of the phone.
Can you hear me?
Unfortunately.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, how many do you think are off that got deported? You give me an answer.
I already did.
I want to know. You good with the numbers?
I already gave you a number.
And you said 0. It's like, no, that's
correct. 0 is a number.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Did you not know that 0 was a number?
Yeah, it definitely is a number, but it can't be 0 if we already know that there's been 600,000 that's already been deported based on the stats that you said. Like I said, y'all lose off this felonious rhetoric.
Sir, I don't see. Here you go in your feelings again. Nobody cares. Here you go in your feelings again. Nobody cares. No, sir, if you ever have the will to go, see, this is why you guys lost. Just know nobody cares. 0 people care. Funny, okay. I don't think your own mama cares to hear your opinion. Okay.
She actually does.
Nobody cares. Again, what I was saying, sir, it can be 0 people that are kicked off Section 8 that are deported because only the people that are undocumented immigrants can be deported, and undocumented people don't qualify for Section 8. So therefore, ipso facto, if all the people that you deport don't qualify for the thing you say, then you can't kick them off it for that. Make sense?
It's going on and has been going on, brother. Just like they've been voting. Come on now, let's not play like we don't know why. Let's not. You're right. I'm getting emotional. Let me calm down. Let's not play like we don't know why all of a sudden we wanted an open border, because real Americans who don't use words like xenophobic or things of that nature to try to deter people from their actual thoughts, thought that, hey, I don't care if you're black, I don't care if you're white, I don't care if you're green. Let's get this money. And so you got people on your side like, she feels like this. Nobody cares about feelings. So you got me. We agreeing in that part. nobody cares about feelings, bro. So this whole thing about I don't like him and this, that, he's doing the best. He's the best president we've ever had.
He's not even the best president that's president right now. Okay? Sir. Mm-hmm. Again, these aren't feelings, okay? The Heritage Foundation already already calculated all of the numbers to see how many fraudulent votes there were. Okay? Do you know what their number? Mm-hmm. You know who the Heritage Foundation is?
I can't hear you say it one more time.
Do you know who the Heritage Foundation is?
Yes, sir.
All right, who's the Heritage Foundation?
You talking about the Heritage Foundation that Trump was a part of earlier? Where they wanted him pretty much, it was like a sponsor that he was trying to get them in on, almost like the Teamsters or whatever, but the opposite.
The Heritage Foundation, like the Teamsters, but like the opposite.
Like I said. Yes.
That I couldn't say it any better myself, sir. Like the Teamsters, but like the opposite. That is a crazy description of what the fucking Heritage Foundation is. They're a far right think tank. Okay, that's what the Heritage Foundation is. Yeah. Okay, and they calculated all the data to see how many people, okay, were fraudulently voting. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Over the last 40 years, they found between 1,400 and 1,500 fraudulent votes.
That's one too many.
Okay.
You said 1,400.
1,400 to 1,500 out of billions of votes. Okay.
That's way too many.
Out of billions.
What about the mail-in ballots?
Sir?
What about the mail-in ballots?
Sir, I'm not finished.
Mail-in ballots?
I'm not finished. If you'd let me finish, we would already be at mail-in ballots.
Okay.
But you have to be quiet long enough for me to get to my point. Okay.
I'm waiting.
Okay. Of that 14 to 1,500, that includes double voting. That includes absentee ballot voting. That includes felons that voted, and that includes clerical errors. Okay. That includes all of those things. Of all of those, they found 68 total cases of non-citizens voting since 1980s out of billions of votes. Okay, the 1,400 already is like 0.0001% of all votes.
You don't think that's enough? You don't think that's too many?
Sir.
And then they try to be racist and say stuff like,
sir. All right, I'm just going to mute you now because the points I am saying actually matter, and the things that you are saying do not matter. Okay? You're not saying anything that's actually adding to this conversation. You're literally only detracting from actual important information that people need to know. Okay? Of those 68 total cases of non-citizens voting, all right, only 10 of them were undocumented immigrants. Okay? Only 10 out of 40 years and billions of votes. And people are like, oh, is one not too many? No. 10 is insanely good. Yeah. 10 is so crazy good. 10 is so insanely 14 to 1,500 is so fucking insanely good. Okay? This is a better percentage than, that is a smaller percentage than how much the germs that Lysol kills. Okay? Their Lysol doesn't kill. The non-effective rates of freaking birth control. Okay? The mortality rate of Tylenol. Okay? That is a lower rate than all of those things. You are more likely, okay, to die from taking an aspirin, even though you're not allergic, all right, than for there to be a non-citizen voting. Okay, so yeah, I would say that's pretty fucking good. Yeah, that's pretty goddamn good.
So why are we upset about the IDs and the SAVE Act? What's up with that?
Because it's trying to fix a problem that doesn't exist, and it's disenfranchising millions of American voters in order to do it.
Disfranchising who?
The millions of people
'Cause
whose
I'm
names don't match their
I'm
birth
black,
certificate.
I'm like black. Everybody I know got an ID. So when they keep saying, "Well, black people won't be able to vote,"
Cool,
like,
sir. Do you have your birth certificate?
Ignorant? I'm sorry. Can you say it one more time?
Yeah. Do you have your birth certificate?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Congratulations. You are one. You think because you have one, first of all, you being black and in this conversation is just first of all, it's just embarrassing for all black people, the fact that you exist and you are like this, right? Like it's just really sad. Okay. It just makes me sad that, that there's just so many intelligent, like just absolutely amazing black people like in this country. And I have to talk to you. Right. Like, I mean, I guess there has to be all types. All right. But it's just like the fact that I have to talk to you and you just don't know anything, like just really just makes me like as a black man, just makes me fucking sad, to be completely honest with you. Okay. But anyways, it disenfranchises people who have had name changes or do not have the financial ability to get things like passports or to get birth certificates that they don't have. So a lot of times just people that had bad parents. Okay, not bad parents that just didn't weren't paperwork, savvy people, or didn't give them their birth certificate. People that are poorer and don't have the ability to get the correct, forms of proof of citizenship in order to vote. Women who've had their name changed, right? People who are adopted, right? It disenfranchises millions of people because now they have to rush in order to get documentation if they have the financial ability to do so, and they have the time in order to do so, right? So it hurts all of them to again. Right. And it hurts all of those people. And it hurts all those people in order to fix a problem of 10 undocumented immigrants voting in the last 40 years. That seems kind of crazy to me. Right. To disenfranchise everyone who's ever changed their name or doesn't have their birth certificate or doesn't have a passport. Right. Disenfranchising all those people because of 10 votes over 40 years. That's nuts.
This is what y'all do. Y'all try to over.
All right, I'm not interested in listening to you. This is how y'all do. So, because I'm like, really, it gets old. But anyways, just to let you know, I'm going to tell you something that I'm sure that your father told you many times. As a black man, I am very disappointed in you. Okay, and I truly hope you get better. Okay.
How you gonna tell me as a black
man? All right, cool. Anyways, y'all, please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit the subscribe. Why am I frozen? What is going on? Hold on, y'all. Sorry. Something's going on with my camera. Yeah, I'm not stuck over on the other one. That's crazy. What happened? My camera just freaking stopped working. That's wild. Hold on, I gotta. Yeah, guys, I can see all you guys. I'm not gone. It's just the camera's not working. That's wild. All right. Let me see. Oh, it's on my end. I can see it frozen. It's just kind of crazy right now. All right. Sorry, y'all. I got to fix a camera. All right. Fixed it. Jesus Christ. Now I got to fix all my cameras because I was over there messing with them. That was weird. My software over here just froze. That's all that happened. My software just froze. Because everybody on the other live, on the landscape live, yeah, theirs was just fine. Yeah, nothing changed over there. That was strange. Anyways, y'all, make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Does it look okay now? Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties over here. That was super, super weird. I've been doing this for a long time. I've never seen that happen. We're just like in my software, one camera froze. I have never seen that happen. That was strange. Anyways, y'all. Yes, he was an embarrassment. Yes, he was an embarrassment. All right. Y'all, if you guys like to support the live, I do really appreciate you. I do have super chats, super stickers. Pay links in the bio. They're all at Politics, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. I also have my live gift goal going on over here, which is the fireworks over here. Trying to get 5 of those. So if you guys like support, I really, really appreciate that. Hot Dog, thank you so much for the one of those that you gifted over there. That means a lot. So I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Capo, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships over here. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Big W's in the chat for Capo for that. Oh my goodness, we just hit 300 too. Also, make sure if you guys are over on the TikTok side, please make sure you guys are sending that heart me over there. We're up to like 500 members, or 500 fans over there. So would love to keep that going. Scott said, darn, you didn't read my super chats last night, so no more super chats for me until next super chat. Okay, well, thanks, Scott. Well, Scott, you like to send super chats that I'm not allowed to read on camera. Okay? So it does make it quite difficult. And Mr. Milford, thank you so much for the $5 also. Thank you for putting the black guy from North Carolina in his damn place. Nothing makes me more angry than hearing Black MAGA. Blaga is the worst. Yeah. They're like literally the worst. Just thought I'd let you know.
What's your favorite Schoolboy Q song?
Man of the Year. Anyways, they're absolutely the worst. And a lot more popular than Women MAGA. Women MAGA, they're rough, but I don't know. Anyways, if you guys still support Trump, you can join the guest request box or call in on the number on my screen. So really appreciate that. We're going to just keep bringing some people up and see what we got over here. God, all my stuff is messed up over here. I said Man of the Year because it's that album. Scott just likes to like have a few cocktails and talk and send some super chats. I don't got a problem with it. There's just I just can't put all of them. I just can't put all of them. I can't talk about some of them. Okay? That's all I'm saying. I just can't talk about all of them. Thank you, Pink Doll, for the heart me. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you guys all for doing that. And let's get this thing up to 50,000 likes too. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right. I need some more water too. Well, no one's coming up. It's not loading.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm excellent. How old are you?
I'm 18.
Were you reborn?
2001.
Did you take Common Core math?
I was joking, dude. Obviously 2008.
Yeah, that'd be worse, sir. Uh, 2001. Guys, is this what Common Core math is? Is this why MAGA doesn't realize gas prices are so high? Is because they don't know how to do math? Is that what it is? They don't even realize gas prices are so high because they don't know that like 3 is higher than 4, or 3 is lower than 4. There's like, they're like, oh, it's $4. That's probably less than it was before or something. Hello, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Amazing. How old are you?
I'm 22.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes.
Why is that?
I mean, he's just going to make America great again. He's in the process of doing so.
Yeah, when's he going to start that?
He has been starting it, but
Well, you said he's
we're
going
only
to make
1 year.
America great again. He's been in president. He's been the president for like 5 years. I was just wondering, like, what he was waiting for.
We're only 1 year into his second term.
Awesome. So when's he going to start?
He is. It's in the process.
Oh, is this like 2 weeks away? You're going to turn off the baseball game in the background because I will drop you. This is annoying.
Hold on.
If I can point out what's on your TV, it's too loud.
Yeah, I mean, he's the president, man. He has a lot of he has a lot of things to do, and it's not easy to just make America great in 1 year.
Well, I mean, he seems to be super concentrated on his ballroom, but I guess, since the ballroom is gone, I guess he doesn't have as much to concentrate on, right? So he should get right on it.
Was America great 2 years ago?
I guess it depends on how you define great.
So yes or no?
I guess it would depend on how you define great.
It's a yes or no
Oh,
question.
you want just my opinion?
Sure.
Okay, I don't think America's ever been that great.
Really?
Yeah, I think that that our statistics don't show that. We had slavery. Our slavery in the United States was so bad that that's actually what the Nazis actually looked at in order to create like Nazi Germany and what they did to the Jewish people there. We ended up with like Jim Crow laws. Right now we're like we have the highest incarceration rate per capita in the entire world. I mean, really, outside of having the largest and best military in the world, and I really don't know. I mean, we're like what 20 something in education, like.
So you don't think America has ever been great?
Ever again? That's why I asked you to define what great is, sir. If you can give me a definition of what you want to define as great, then I can answer the question better, right? But I don't believe anybody that subjugates an entire race of people for its entire existence would necessarily be considered great.
Has America ever been good?
Sir, I'm not going to do this whole subjective. Oh, that's good. Has it been mediocre? Has it been kind of all right? Has it been above a 4.3 out of? I'm not going to just go down the line. What's your point?
My point is Trump is going to make America great again, and he's in the process of doing so. I've already made my point.
Okay, cool. How's he doing that?
Of course, man. I mean, gas prices, grocery prices, safe border.
Gas prices are higher, which makes America great. Grocery prices are higher, which apparently makes America great.
No. America.
Wow, guys! According to this guy, in order to make America great, you have to have higher prices. That's I mean, that's
No. America has been great.
When?
What you said. Since like 2016, man. During 2016, and then when Trump came back, he's making America great again.
So 2016 is when America was great.
Yes.
So when Barack Obama was president, America was great. You know what? I will agree with you. I will agree with you, sir. Oh, bro, no, Barack Obama was the president. America was pretty great. You're right. I actually correct my last statement. Yeah, when Barack Obama was president, the America was pretty great. So you're right. You got me, man. You got me.
He wasn't the president during that.
You sure about that?
Yes.
You sure about that?
Yes. Do you want to know who was president?
Who?
You're a faggot ass.
No, I wasn't president. Where'd you go? I wasn't president in 2016. Though people do say that we look very similar. People do say we look very similar. I don't see it. But I understand how you might, confuse the two. Make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. No, I think that I love my country very, very dearly. But I think that my country is always getting better, right? And there's never a point of time when up until Trump became president, there was never a point of time that there was a time when we could go back to that was greater. Right? Like if we're like when Obama was president in his second term, what are we going to go back to when Bush was president? Starting wars? What are we going to go back to? Like the 1990s, freaking police brutality, LA riots? What are we going to go back to Jim Crow? What are we going to go back to the Great Depression? What are we going to go back to segregation? What are we going to go back to slavery? Like when are we going to go back to? Right? When are we actually going back to? Women's suffrage? Is that what we're going back to? You know? I think that people make this like they don't differentiate. They think that if you love something that you have to consider it great. Right? And I just don't believe that argument. Right? I believe that you can love your country and understand its follies and make it better. And that's why I hate this whole like make America great like type of thing. Like we have one of the highest GDP. I think we have the highest GDP in the world, right? We used to use our money to actually help people, right? To actually help the world, to feed starving children, to stop disease, right? We used to do those type of things. We used to go to wars. Well, not all the time, but we used to go to some wars to actually like help people, right? Like we used to go to wars for good, right? To spread democracy and other things like that. What are we going to war for now? We go to war for oil in Israel? We cut off funding from USAID that's cost the lives of like 700,000 people across the world, including freaking 500,000 children. That's great to you? I don't get it. Anyways, you guys can have your own opinion. Shay, thank you so much for the fireworks. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. We only got 3 more over there, 3 more to go. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry that your guys' indoctrination have gotten you guys to the point where, you know, you guys are like, pledge allegiance to the flag, America. It's a lot easier just to be an adult, man. Just think about it correctly. I don't know what makes us great right now. I'll tell you that much. Hello, how are you? Oh, are they not up there? You know, if you guys still support Trump, you can join the guest request box or call in on the phone number that's over there too. I really appreciate that. What is going on here? Sorry, I think I've broken something again. There it goes. Goodness gracious. I think I've broken something again. Yeah, let's get this thing up to 70,000 likes. It's a Wednesday live, so it's always a little slow. So we're just moving forward. Oh my God, how does it do it again? Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm excellent. How old are you?
47.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
Awesome. Why is that?
I think that he's finally making a statement with energy in the world that how important it is.
Did the world not know that energy was important? Because I pretty sure like half the wars that have been fought in the last like 20, 30 years have been over energy.
Well, probably since what, World War II? I mean, you said 30 years? World War II was when? How many years ago?
80?
Was that about oil?
No.
Oh, it was not, really. Have you studied history?
Yes. Sir,
So
you're trying to move away from the point.
Why did Japan attack the United States? It was
Sir?
not about oil?
They attacked the United
No,
States to try
sir.
to get a hold of the Pacific Ocean, and they needed to do a preemptive attack because they knew the U.S. Navy was the only thing that could threaten them in the region, and then they'd be able to bounce to islands like the Philippines and
You're
take all
wrong.
of those
We
in order to
embargoed
get
their
natural
oil.
resources in order to fight the
You
war.
are
Okay.
a child.
Now-
You're a child.
Okay, cool. You can
You're a
call me a
child.
child all the fuck you want. Answer my
Okay,
question.
I
Okay?
want you to do one thing. Look at Google. Right?
All right. I want you to do one thing, which is answer my question.
I want you to.
I don't care. Okay. You're already on my nerves. Okay. I asked you a question.
Japan
You said
attack
that
the
Donald
US.
Trump is making it about energy. Did we not know that energy was important before Donald Trump? That was my question.
Why did Japan attack the United?
I've had this guy on my live before. I remember him, and that's why he's so annoying. Literally, no matter what I ask him, he's just going to ask that same question over and over and over. And I remember him, and he's very annoying. The last time he actually brought up, we were talking about immigration, and he was like, "Oh yeah, then why did Japan attack Pearl Harbor? It was because of oil." And he just goes off on the whole thing. Hello, how are you? Hello? Yeah, I remember it. That's right. Sorry. That's why I was like, dude, if we can't have a conversation, I'm not going to. But literally last time he came up, we were talking about immigration. And I was like, yeah, you know, immigration. And then he was just like, oh yeah, energy prices. And I was like, what about energy prices? And he's like, do you know why Japan attacked Pearl Harbor? And it's like, oh, okay. We're not even going to try to talk in reality over here. Hello, how are you?
Hey, what's going on with it, bro?
Hi, how old are you?
49.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I do.
Awesome. Real quick, you know, please make sure if you guys still want to support the live, I do have super chats, super stickers, pay links in the bio. Still trying to hit the live gift goal with the fireworks over there. So if you'd like to support, I really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. And let's get this thing to 100,000 likes. All right. Why do you still support Trump?
All right. I can tell you why. Because it seems like Trump is actually trying to make a move to, bring more unity into America and get all of the illegal immigrants out because they're a net negative for the country, and all of the subsidies has been a lot of fraud going on in that, so they had to get all that in check. That's what I'm thinking.
So first of all, was there like a Blaga meeting before this or something?
I'm sorry?
Was there like a Blaga meeting and you guys all like just decided to come here afterwards?
No, I'm just saying. That's
okay. I was just curious because I guess I don't get invited to the meeting. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, can you speak closer to your microphone? It seems like some people are having a hard time hearing you.
Well, I'm sorry, bro. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but I also have headphone monitors in my ear. The chat is having a little bit of a hard time. Okay. So first of all, are you familiar with the Cato Institute?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Are you familiar with the Cato Institute?
No, I'm not familiar with the Cato Institute. Tell me more.
The Cato Institute is they're like a right-leaning institute, but they're not bad. They just tend to lean a little right. That's the way it is. But I think they put that there was like that the immigrants have had like a $14+ trillion surplus to the United States budget over the last 40 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're not draining our system; they're actually adding to it.
It's a lot. It's a multifaceted problem. The culture. It's a lot of people from third world countries that's bringing harm to the citizens, because everybody, all cultures, they don't really coincide very well with each other. You see with all this stuff going on with Islam and all of the Christians, and you see all the Islamic people, they taking over a lot of places all over the world and killing Christians and stuff.
Like where?
Africa.
Where in Africa?
UK. Nigeria.
Incorrect.
Ghana.
Incorrect again.
No, it's not incorrect.
It is actually
just because you say it's incorrect, but it's
well, no, it's incorrect because it's incorrect. You just saying it doesn't make it correct. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's where we got the information mixed up. See, you go.
Yeah. See, here's what's happening. What you're doing is naming war-torn countries where they're just killing people Yeah, whether they're Christian, Muslim, doesn't really matter. They're just killing a whole bunch of people, right? Because that's bad, because those are very bad groups of people, right? Especially militia groups in these countries in Africa. But they're not specifically just, going out and killing Christians. But regardless of any of that, sir, 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 when we're talking about immigration, when we're talking about this, sir, when we're talking about immigration, sir, when we are talking about immigration, the overwhelming majority of people that are being deported by the Trump administration are people from Latin America, and people from Latin America tend to actually be Catholic. So the overwhelming majority of the people that Donald Trump is deporting are actually considered Christians, right? So your entire argument about Muslims and them not, getting along with Christians doesn't really matter, because Donald Trump's deporting the Christians.
It matters, bro. It definitely matters. You can't just have a lot of people from the southern border and a lot of people from all these Islamic countries come over here unvetted. That's
oh no, sir, I do believe that they should be vetted. I 100% agree that they should be vetted. But the problem is that, see, under the Biden administration, you had things like asylum, right? And the overwhelming majority of immigration to the United States was actually asylum. I'm going to start muting you if you keep starting your sentences in the middle of mine.
I'm just saying,
I don't know what you're saying, because I have these big, these nice headphones in, and then I have this nice expensive microphone. So if you're talking while I'm talking, I can't hear a fucking thing you're saying. So if you'd like me to be able to hear what you're saying so I can address what you're saying, you're going to have to wait till I stop talking in order to speak. Is that okay?
Go ahead, bro.
Okay, perfect. All right. See, now I lost my train of thought. No idea what you were talking about. What were you going on about?
I was saying it's unsafe to have unvetted people into the country, and the last administration let too many people in but unvetted, and that's very unsafe to have outlaws running.
Cool. Now I remember what I was getting ready to say. The undocumented immigrants actually commit violent crime at a rate 30 times less than American citizens. So actually, it's actually safer to have undocumented immigrants in this country than it is to have American citizens. If you were actually to replace every American citizen with an undocumented immigrant, crime would actually go down according to the statistics. But can you please give me the mandate sir, in which Joe Biden let a bunch of undocumented immigrants in?
Right. As soon as he got into office, he stopped the catch and release. And
yeah, cool. What executive order was that?
It was a CBD. It was some type of app that was incentivizing people to come to America.
Yeah. So what was the mandate or executive order where he just started letting undocumented immigrants in? That's what I was asking for.
Spread them all the way out through the country, Chicago.
Yeah, sir. We can get to the app. First of all, do you know who created the CBP1 app?
Doesn't matter.
Do you know who created it?
It doesn't matter.
If it doesn't matter, then just say, I don't know who created it, because I'm going to tell you anyway.
It doesn't. I don't know who created it.
All right, perfect. It was Donald Trump. It was actually created under the Trump administration.
So what?
Yeah. So anyways, regardless of that, sir, what was the mandate or the executive order or the piece of legislation that was open border?
I'm just saying the border was open.
Okay, and what was the mandate or executive order or law or piece of legislation that opened the border under the Biden administration?
You want to ask me these questions? You asked me why do I support?
No, sir. You said the prior administration opened the border. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Did you say that?
Yeah,
so if you're saying they opened the border,
came over the border.
If you're saying that they opened the border, then I'm asking you what piece of legislation, what piece of executive order, what law, what rule, what did Biden actually put down to the people that said the border is now open, so that everybody knew the border was open?
They never said that the border was open, but the border was open.
Okay, gotcha. So Biden came in office, and by doing absolutely fucking nothing, okay, not changing any laws, not doing an executive order, not doing anything, the border all the Border Patrol just left and just completely left the border wide open. Biden was just hanging out there, like no one knew anything about it. Yeah, that's not how things work, sir, because the border wasn't open. Okay. Actually, if you want to actually look at the statistics, when it's just like apprehensions and actual, deportations at the southern border, if you actually look at those numbers right now, the border would actually be more open now. Because less people are being detained, less people are being actually deported at the southern border, less people are being stopped. So by that logic, the border is actually more open right now.
Hey, bro, can I just tell you what it really is, man? Because it just really seems like the Democratic Party is really the party that wants to destroy America.
I wouldn't know. I'm not a
They-
Democrat, so I
they
really
never-
don't give a shit. We're talking
I'm
about the
just-
numbers
I'm
of
just
people
telling-
that
I
are being
didn't ask- I
apprehended.
didn't say that you
We're
were a
talking about the
Democrat.
number
I
of
said
people
the
that are being
Democrat Party.
apprehended
You
at
ain't-
the
You
border.
ain't got nothing to do with the border, bro.
Well, no, sir.
You're
What you're
just
doing is you're
yelling for 'em.
pivoting and trying to move. What you're doing is
I'm not
pivoting
pivoting.
from the
I'm
fact right now that the
specifically
border
talking
is
about
actually
policies
more
that was
open
going on.
under the Trump administration than it was under the Biden administration, and you're trying to pivot that conversation to I
not
don't
trying
like
to pivot
Democrats,
it.
and I really don't give a shit.
I never called you a Democrat.
I didn't say you did in that statement, sir.
So why are you inserting yourself into Democrats? I'm saying the
I
Democrats,
said I'm not a
you.
Democrat, so I don't give a
I
shit
didn't
about
ask
your
you if you were a
feelings
Democrat. I'm just
about
saying
being
they
Democrat,
said the
sir.
Democrats
It
say
seems like
it,
you're
not
missing the
you.
second part of the sentence. I'm not a Democrat, so
said you were.
no. See, you keep starting to talk at that point instead of listening to the rest of the sentence. I'm
All
not
that
a
stuff is
Democrat,
irrelevant, bro.
so I do not give a shit about your opinion of the
Who
Democrats.
cares about your opinion, man? That's my. Why did you ask me? Why did I still support Trump?
Sir,
if you
we
don't
are.
care about my
So
opinion?
you support Donald Trump because of a private
Yeah, I
organization
voted
that
for him.
has nothing to do with
But
Donald Trump?
You acting like you hated the dude or something for some reason. Why?
That I what the dude?
You act like you hate the dude.
Trump, I do.
Yeah, that's evil, man. Why do you hate?
I'm sorry. Do you like rapists?
No, it's not. I don't like no rapists.
Oh, apparently you do, sir.
That he's
See,
a rapist either.
I hate people who sexually assault other people, and since Donald Trump was adjudicated of
people
sexual
that
assault,
only have
I
been
hate people that do
accused of
that.
being
Yeah,
a rapist.
I also hate people that hang out with people like Epstein, that traffic children. Right? He's been in the Epstein files over 100,000 times. Yeah, I fucking hate people like that. Donald Trump's organization was sued and lost for $400 million for defrauding
why is he
children
not
with
in jail?
cancer, for defrauding a children's cancer charity. Okay? For defrauding a children's cancer charity. Yeah, I hate people that steal money from cancer children. Okay? Yeah, not a big fucking fan. Okay? So why are you all about people that steal money from children with cancer and sexually assault people? Why do you like that people like that so much, huh?
You ain't gotta like nobody. You just gotta agree with the policies, bro.
You
I
haven't
don't
given
give
me a
fuck about the
policy.
dude. I told you he closed the borders and he got rid of all of the DEI.
Yeah, I already explained to you that he did not close the border, sir.
I'm optimistic on.
I already explained to you he didn't close the border. You're not even listening.
Yeah,
Okay. You're not even trying to listen to engage in any type of actual
but
conversation.
man,
So,
you asked me a question and I'm answering it.
what
but
question did I ask you?
didn't. You asked me what policies did I agree with?
Okay,
Are
give
you
me
following
a
all of them?
policy, because close the border is not a policy. Okay,
That was a promise, and that's what he did. And
he
that's
did
his
not.
policy.
I already explained to you, actually, due to apprehensions and encounters at the border, that the
I
border
don't care
is,
what you
if not the
say, bro.
same
I'm just
amount of
telling you
open,
what it-
if not the same amount of open, then it's freaking actually more open. Okay. So I already explained that to you. This is why I'm saying you're not engaging in any type of actual conversation.
I'm trying to have a conversation with you though, bro. But I'm just cooking you.
Yeah, sir. People that are cooking don't have to say that they are. Okay.
Yeah, it just sound like you and your feelings though, bro. You ain't got to be. We could just talk civilly.
Yeah,
ain't
sir.
got no- I don't
We
even
can
know you, bro.
talk.
I don't even know you. You cool?
You're right. I don't know you, and I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck
you
about you.
been in the
But
house.
what I
You
do
straight,
care
right?
about, but
You
sir,
making
what I
money.
do
You
care
cool,
about,
right?
sir, but what I do care about is actually having engaging conversation that the people that are listening to this
Aren't we
live.
engaging, bro?
No, this is not engaging
not
whatsoever.
engaging?
It's
So wait a
embarrassing.
minute. So
Okay,
you just-
it's
you just
embarrassing that you exist in this country. Okay, that's what this is. This is just embarrassing. Okay, so it's not a problem to me, sir. I will just move on to the next guest. Hopefully, I can have an engaging conversation with the next person, and you go and I don't know, go back to your Blaga meeting or something. Okay.
Good.
What your mom did for me after I left her house?
Okay.
Before I
bro.
left her house? Is that
Really
like,
good.
yeah. She did cook. She's a wonderful cook and a wonderful woman. Okay. And I appreciate that. She's not an engaging conversation. That's not a fun conversation for me. It's not a fun conversation to just every time I say 3 words for him to talk slow, like talk like this into a microphone. And then it's like, I don't have anything to say. I can't even have a conversation with you. You're not listening to anything I'm saying. You're not friggin' moving on the car. It's just boring, bro. I'm on late today. I'm not in the mood. Sharon, thank you so much for the $100 over on the PayPal. Can we get huge W's in the chat for Sharon for the $100 over there? Let's see this thing lit up with $100 with W's. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Y'all, if you are ever in a conversation or debate and you have to say, I won or I cooked, just letting you know, you didn't. Okay? For the people who've never seen these things, it'd be like walking up to like a rap battle, saying one bar and then just going, I won this shit, while the crowd is just quiet and nobody's listening to you. Everybody thinks you're a joke and nobody cares. Y'all, make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Please make sure you guys are sending your heart me's over there. I really, really appreciate that. I've seen how many have come through. It's not enough. All right. So make sure you guys are sending your heart me as you guys are coming in today. There's over 1,000 people in here. That should be really, really simple to get that going. Also, there's 1,000 people here. We haven't even hit 100,000 likes yet. So let's get this thing up to 150,000 also too. So I really, really appreciate that. And thank you guys so much for being here. I am trying to clear out the live gift goal of the fireworks. I also have pay links in my bio, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. They're all at Polypolitics. Miko, thank you so much. I also have super chats if you're over on the YouTube side. Thank you so much for the $2. Said no, Mexican and gay MAGA are the worst. Gay MAGA is pretty bad. I will say that. Gay MAGA is really bad. I guess the Mexican MAGA, I've just gotten kind of used to at this point. I'm not sure. Tatted, thank you so much for the $5. Said, Paulie, do you know if the SAVE Act allowed for DD-214's IDs? If not, that's wild. It did not. No, it absolutely did not. It actually would make it where actual military IDs aren't valid either, funny enough. Which is crazy, because you can be a non-citizen and be in the military. Yeah, so there's something for you. Thank you so much, Scott. I appreciate that. Or Tatted, thank you so much. Lovely, thank you so much. Can we ask MAGA what when America was great for all? Yeah, I was trying to get into that earlier. I think I kind of nailed it, not gonna lie. Betty, thank you so much. Said Blaga, be subservient to be one of the good ones. Yeah, bro, they still ain't gonna like you, man. They still ain't gonna like you. Thank you guys so for everybody who supported. And Tara, thank you so much for the 2 fireworks also. I appreciate that. Hello, how are you?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
73.
You say 73?
Yes, 73. Oh.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
No, actually, I just want to know. I listen to your show every day, and I'm just wondering, why can't these guys have an intelligent conversation with you when you ask them questions? What is wrong with the Trump supporters? I don't get it. They can't. They don't really have anything to back up what they say. They go on. I don't know. All this is Biden or whatever. How come they can't just have an intelligent conversation with you?
I have no idea. It was actually, I thought you were calling in because you were a Trump supporter, and I was about to get really, really surprised. And the reason is because usually what happens is people are calling me and they're Trump supporters, right? Yeah. And they say they're like 31 and they sound like they're 73. And you are 73 and you sound like you're my age. You sound great. All right. You sound you sound awesome. See, this is what love and respect for others and intelligence does for people. It makes you sound younger. It keeps you younger. It keeps you smarter. It keeps you more vibrant. And that's why all these, these Trump supporters that are spewing hate, they come on, they're like 19 years old and they sound like they're a 3-pack a day 60-year-old. So you keep that vibrancy, you keep that wonderful sound in your voice. That is absolutely amazing. And thank you so much. I think we'll get 1 or 2 to have a good conversation with us tonight though. All right.
Well, I hope so, because I'm tired of them not answering your questions. I mean, they don't answer your questions. All right. Anyway, thank you. You're good, man. Keep going. Keep this show going, man, and contribute too. That's how good I think you are. So anyway, thank you so much.
I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. W's in the chat for caller. W in the chat for caller. I don't actually know who caller was. I should have got a name there. But yeah, W's in the chat for caller. That is absolutely huge. Thank you so much. All right, let's see if I can. Oh no, I keep messing this up. Sorry, there it goes. All right, I'm trying to look. If you guys still support Trump, I got some people in my guest request box. Looks like phone lines nobody's calling in right now, so we're gonna move on and keep things going. We'll see if we got anybody over here. If I can get to my guest request box. There we go. I got a bunch of people over here. I'm sure somebody over here is a Trump supporter. Try this person over here. Also, Vaden, thank you so much for the jewels, too. I really appreciate that. Javier, thank you so much. And Minery, thank you so much also. Hello, guest. How are you?
Oh, hello, Polly. I'm sorry. I must have hit the button by accident. You do a good show, but I'm glad to see you crushing MAGA. Sorry for the accident. My TikTok was acting up all day, but thank you for serving.
It's all good, man. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Not a problem. We'll get somebody in here eventually. Hey, I'm just going down my list, okay? I think a couple people in here. Like I'm pretty sure Robin is a friendly. I'm pretty sure she doesn't mean to be here. Kathy, hello. Kathy, you all right? Kathy, you good? All right. I hope Kathy's all right. Kathy didn't sound like she was doing too good. I hope Kathy's okay there. I hope Kathy's okay.
What's going on, man?
Hello, how are you?
Doing all right. How old are you?
Now, how old are you?
I'm dead. Yeah, 24.
You sure where you were born?
Yeah, July 18, 2001.
All right. Do you still support Trump?
Yeah.
Why?
So I'm just gonna take it to be that you believe that he's a rapist or a PDF. Yes or no?
The court does. So yeah, why would I not believe a unanimous court?
Yeah. So that doesn't determine a grape. But okay. So what's gonna be the moral dilemma, host? That it's gonna be immoral to grape women or be a PDF? Go ahead.
You want me to do a moral dilemma argument with you about whether it's bad to sexually assault people? No, I'm way good.
Oh, you scared?
No, just not interested.
You have 1.1K. You're really running?
Oh, gotcha. You're one of those people. Okay. Here, you ready?
You're about to kick.
Hold on. You ready?
Watch this chat.
You ready?
Watch this chat.
I'm so scared. Oh my God. I can't believe he asked me a question. I'm so scared. Holy shit. Oh my God. Guys, everybody panic. He scared me so bad. Oh my God. It's sir. I'm too scared. Please don't talk anymore. I don't know if I can handle this. Okay?
Let me know when you're done.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm done. All right. We're going to keep this thing going. Hello. How are you?
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I am 38.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes, but only because I lack better options.
You lack better options? Sorry, hold on. So you still support Trump because, you said you still support Trump because you lack better options?
Sure do.
Yeah, sir. A better option would be, I don't know, like RFK's brainworm.
I mean, you can say that, but the other options on the table currently running into the upcoming election are Gavin Newsom and AOC are the primary candidates.
You don't have a clue who's running in the next Democratic primary. Well, I mean, you have a clue. I mean, you can guess, but you don't know that it's going to be those two people or somebody better.
So if you look at the polls, those are the two highest rated candidates.
The polls showed that Hillary Clinton was going to beat Donald Trump in 2016 too.
Say again?
The polls showed that Hillary Clinton was going to beat Donald Trump in 2016 too.
You're right, but we can only work off the data that we have.
No. You're just working off of data of who people think is popular 3 years before an election. But second of all, I don't know what any of the things on who is running for president 3 years or 2 years from now, 2.5 years from now. I don't know what any of that has to do with why you support Donald Trump right now.
I just told you because I don't have a better option.
So you support Donald Trump right now because Kalshi or some shit, or freaking, or a Reuters poll says that two candidates are going to run in 2028?
You're not going to drag in other people. You asked for Trump. Trump is who we're talking, right?
Yes, and I'm asking why you support Trump, and you said because you don't have a better option. And I said, what are you talking about with better? I said you had better options, and then you started talking about Democratic primaries in 2028.
Yeah, because where do you think this is going?
I don't know where this conversation is going. Honestly, it sounds completely ridiculous.
Where do you think that the country is going? It's going to 2028, right? That's going
where's
to be
it,
a deciding
Where's it going right now? Into World War III and probably the loss of a hegemony.
So I highly doubt that this world is going to turn into World War III. Iran does not have the military capability or the international backing.
Oh, nobody thought it was going to happen in World War II either, or World War I. Just thought I'd let you know.
Right?
Yeah, nobody thought it was going to happen in World War II or World War I also.
The fight, you have a great straw man tactic. I love it. It's a good argument.
No, you asked me a question, sir. Sir, do you not realize you asked me a question? Are you okay?
Yeah, you rebutted.
What was your question?
World War III.
What was your question?
You asked me a question.
No, you asked me a question, sir. What was the question that you just asked me?
Where do you think we're going as a country?
You said, where do you think we are heading as a country? I was answering that question with, I believe into World War III. I am answering your question, and you're calling that a straw man.
No.
That's literally what you just did. You took the answer to your question and called it a straw man. Sir, just because you heard it on a podcast what a straw man was, doesn't mean you should just try to use it because in any just whatever situation, okay?
Sir, I debate people for a living.
You do? Because you must, if you do, that's amazing. Where do I get into that? Because I am much better at this than you, and you are not doing well at all. You can't even stay on topic.
Oh, I get it. That's cute. That's really cute.
I know I'm cute. Everyone can see my face. I'm gorgeously cute. Like, holy shit.
No, it's an adorable tactic. I don't think you would make it in my industry. But
I don't want to make it in your industry, sir. Whoever's fucking sitting around debating you must be miserable for most of their life, okay? I'm asking you why you support Trump. You have not given me one viable fucking reason
yet.
I'm
so glad that you identified yourself.
We have been on for 4 minutes to answer one question. The one question is, why do you still support Trump? And you have not given one viable fucking answer, because you're saying because I don't have a better option. Yeah, of course, sir, because this isn't about options. He's the president. There are no other options. We don't have a presidential election coming up for 2.5 more years, and we haven't had one in 14 more months. So there literally is no more options. There is literally no other options. So your only answer is because I don't have any other options. Yeah, nobody has an option. So there is only one president. The only other option would be to impeach him.
So yeah, if there's an option, that's not a good option.
That's a great option, actually.
But that's not a great option.
It is.
That would decimate the United States on the world stage. I think that was probably the dumbest choice.
Yeah, how would it do that?
Democrats agree because they haven't pushed for it this time. Right?
How would it destroy the world? Hold on. How would it destroy us on the world stage?
To replace our leader? Yeah, that's the sign of a weak country.
We do it every 4 years.
No. There's a difference between the normal transition of power and removing somebody from office. And if you don't see the difference in that, then you're just crazy.
I do. That's not what you stated. But regardless of any of that, sir, we're already a weak country, and all the people who would consider us weak already see us as weak. So it doesn't really matter, sir. The people that see us as weak, sir, China already sees us as weak. Russia already sees us as weak. Israel already sees us as weak. NATO and the EU already both see us as weak. All the people that would see us as weak as if we impeach Trump already see us as weak. We can only go up, right? We can literally only go up. And it's crazy to say, as much as JD Vance is a fucking snake and I can't stand him, we would actually have a much stronger standing on the world stage if he was the president instead of Donald Trump. Not even a question.
Yeah? Or can I talk?
I don't care. Talk. We need my permission?
Like every time I start saying something,
that's because you keep starting your sentences in the middle of mine.
No, I'm letting you finish. Are you done?
Yeah, sir. We learned this in kindergarten. Maybe you didn't learn this in your little debate club.
Okay,
But when I'm not talking anymore and I'm silent, that means I'm waiting for you to speak.
All right.
For someone who
So,
does this for a
first
living,
off,
you would think
I
you would
don't
know
agree-
this. Hey, mermaid.
Okay. So first off, I don't agree with you that the people are on the national stage of the United States of people, right? The US
I didn't
dollar
even
is still
understand.
the
I
primary
didn't even
trading
understand what you
currency.
said, sir. You were muffled. What'd you say?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm driving actually right now. Hold on. Hey, I'm actually coming up on a tunnel. It was actually a good talk. Can I, if I call back, will you take my call?
Yeah, if I'm not on another call.
All right.
I don't know. I couldn't understand a word he was saying. Yo, make sure, let's get this thing up to, what are we at? Let's get this thing up to 150,000 likes. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. It was just like really muffled. Sorry, it's just not a good argument to say, oh, I support somebody because there are no other options when there literally are no, by that choice, literally 100% of Americans should all support Donald Trump because there are no other options. 100% of people in the world should have supported freaking Hitler. We should have supported Maduro because he was the option. Or we should support freaking Khomeini because he was the only option. It doesn't make any sense. Just because someone is the leader doesn't mean you should support that leader. It doesn't make any sense. Hello, how are you?
Hey, good evening. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I'm 73. Just like the other guy that said he was 73.
All right, what year were you born?
73? I'll be like 70. Yeah, 1973.
You know that if you're calculating it in your head right now, that means you're not 73, right?
No, I did it.
Yo, let's see if we can. If you guys like support, I do the jellyfish over there too. If you guys like support, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hello, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
That dude was fucking. That dude was kind of funny actually. Like, I'm 73. Awesome. What year were you born? Oh shit, 1973 then, man. Just let you know that would make it 1946 if for that guy who was listening. Anyways, how old are you?
I'm 47.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
A little bit. Yeah.
Which little part?
I saw the speech he did tonight. He addressed the nation tonight.
Oh, yeah, I didn't watch it.
Oh, it's he was just sitting there saying that, over there they're gonna feel the pain, they're gonna feel it. We're gonna go in there for about 2-3 weeks, but I thought he was gonna sit there and try to call a truce. Was the last I heard about it.
Yeah, he tried. Iran told him no.
End it.
Yeah, he actually sent a ceasefire to Iran, and Iran was like, actually, no. But so much winning, guys. So much winning when we're, when the United States is asking for ceasefires. They begged NATO for help, couldn't get any help. They begged, they begged for a ceasefire, couldn't get it.
I wonder how much gas is in California. When I lived out there, it's pretty high, but I want to know what it's at now.
Probably pretty high.
I was in Victorville, California, and at that time it was like $5 a gallon.
Yeah, high desert.
So,
why do you still support Donald Trump?
Let me answer that question. Would I vote for him again? Probably not. I'll just put it as that.
Well, hey, that sounds like that sounds like a win. Okay, I'll take that as a win. Does that sound good?
Yep, but there's some stuff that he did, like the taxes, income tax, don't tax overtime. There's some stuff he's done that actually helped us.
Not really. Every single thing that he's done in taxes has been overdone by his tariff policy and the cost of fuel due to his war. Every single dollar that he gave anybody in taxes, except for like the ultra rich corporations, has been overtaken by his tariff policy, which cost the average American citizen like over $1,000 in cost last year, and the gas prices, which not only will people have to put gas in their tanks, but also will affect prices for probably the next decade due to this war.
Well, what do you think about when the military got that? Was it 1776 or 1700, whatever the hell it was? They got a little.
Yeah, that was money that was already allocated for their housing in a previous bill, and all he did is repackage it and give it to them in a singular payment. The problem was because it was a housing stipend, it actually wasn't going to get taxed, and the way that he resent it to them, it actually was taxed, so they actually lost money.
Well, okay, so that went to, because there's different prices for BAH, BAQ, and all that. I mean, it's not,
Yeah, it was going to go as a stipend in BAH, which is an allotment, or which is so it's not taxable. Donald Trump made it taxable by doing his 1776 thing.
Yeah, basic housing allowance. So they taxed it.
Yep, the 1776 is taxed. BAH is not.
I don't know.
Well, it's all good, man. Hey, I'm going to move on to the next guest and get someone who still supports Trump up here a little bit more, but I hope you have a good one, okay?
All right, you too, bro.
All right. We're going to keep this thing going, y'all. Say something in the chat. Say, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you guys like to support, I have all the thingies. So I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And we're going to try to keep this thing going. I'll check on her in a bit. I'll check her out in a bit. Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm excellent. How old are you?
18.
Where were you born?
07.
You sure?
Yeah.
What month?
Are you a fucking retard or something?
I just really didn't believe him. Normally I would have just kept rolling with it, but I truly didn't believe him. I truly didn't. I truly didn't believe him. AWT, thank you so much for the 1235. And I wish I could afford to give you $73 for 73 because everybody's 73 today. Where's that? Resolve, thank you so much also for becoming a member. And Shush, thank you so much for the 5 memberships also. I really appreciate that. Big W's. Hello, how are you?
Hey, you didn't believe me, you fuck. I work in IT, so you're a fucking retard. How about you stop judging people so easily?
Well, sir, I judged you just based off your use of slurs, not really off of your age.
What slurs?
The one you just keep using. Yeah.
Oh.
But if you're not smart enough to know what one is, then I guess there's really no reason for you to be here. I don't know why it's doing that. Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
31.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yeah.
Awesome. Why is that?
I support border protection. I support Iran not having nukes. I support a bigger military. Just a few things, I guess.
Okay, why do you support having a bigger military?
Having a bigger military? Because there's a lot of countries in the world, and there's a lot of countries that are bigger than us. So the bigger our military is, we can protect ourselves against anyone, no matter what.
Yeah, so we have a larger military than the next 26 countries. Okay?
That's a good, yeah, it's a great thing.
How many of those 26 countries are our allies?
I don't really care. It's a good thing that a lot of them
Sir,
are. I bet you it's probably, yeah, I was going to say 12 or 13 of them.
Yeah, it's 25.
Well,
yeah,
who's the one
it's literally 25. So literally.
Is it Russia or is it China?
It would be China. Yeah. So, but regardless, okay. Why do we need to keep spending money that could go to Americans on defense when our collective defense with all of our allies is just insanely bigger? And I'm not saying don't spend money on the military. I completely agree that we should spend money on the military. I think spending money on defense is very important, but just continually just growing it, right? When we don't, you know what the difference, big difference between us and those other 26 countries are also? We're the only one of those countries that doesn't have universal health care, right? We're the only one that has, super expensive medications, right? Those other countries that aren't spending all of that crazy amount of money on their military are getting all the benefits of not doing that, right?
But their health care is also not, I mean, yeah, it's free health care, but it's not as readily available as people try to make it sound like. That's just not true.
It actually truly is, especially in countries like China. Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. China's a dictatorship. That's communism. That's completely different. But I'm saying, even in Canada, they have universal health care, right?
China is not communist; they're capitalist.
Okay. They're not communist.
No, I mean they have a lot of socialist aspects to them also, right? That they have a lot of social, almost all. I guess they're a mix between socialism and capitalism, but yeah, a lot of their stuff is capitalist. It's not communist, even though they do claim to be the communist party.
They support a lot of capitalism, but if you own a company in China, do you pay? You have to have full alliance to the Chinese government. It gets not just taxes, but it gets a portion of your revenue as well, right?
No, just taxes, but they do have the ability to. They do have the ability to socialize certain companies, right? That is something, but that's not much different from what the United States does.
It's not certain. No, it's not certain. What I'm saying is it certain companies or is it every company?
Yeah, no, they don't have some the Chinese government owns a part of every single company now. But regardless of any of that,
the Chinese government doesn't own part of every single company in China.
But even if they did, why does that excuse them having universal health care?
No, it does not excuse not having universal health care. But you're arguing about that. But what I did say was my kid's best friend's mom, my wife's best friend, she is a Canadian citizen and she works in the pharmaceutical industry. She's a doctor, and she tells me that, they have universal health care over there. She's not MAGA at all. She's left by all means, but she says even over there, you have universal health care, but it will take months and months. It's like waiting just to get a surgery over there for a hip or a knee. I mean, if you don't have flat out cash to pay for everything, you're going to wait like you're on a transplant donor list in America. It's
sir. Have you ever actually lived in a? It's not first.
People ahead of you.
It's not.
You're going to wait.
It's not first come first serve. Yeah, that's not how Canada works or any other country with universal health care. And I've lived in one. Technically, I've lived in two. Okay, that's not true. It's actually based off of need, right? So if you have an urgent need for a surgery, then you go to the top of the list. If you don't have an urgent need, sir, hold on, sir. If you don't have an urgent need and the doctor assesses you and goes, hey, you need this hip surgery, but there's 50 people that need it right now, or it could be deadly, right? Then you're going to go behind all of them. And then you might go behind the next, few people that also need, that hip surgery that have been waiting a little longer than you. And then you'll have it, but it's not detrimental, right? But then it doesn't cost you. It doesn't put you in a spot where you could go into bankruptcy for medical debt either. When in the United States, you're prioritized based off of how much money you have, not your need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just went in a circle about, obviously if there's a surgery that's going to save somebody's life, they're going to do that first. And obviously they don't spend money on healthcare like we do. But all I was saying is it's not like you can just go into a doctor's office and get something done right away. because that's how universal health care works. It takes a
you
lot
can't. What are you
longer, and
talking
it takes a
about?
long time in the United States, and we charge you for it, even if you're homeless.
Yeah, no, there's tons of things, sir. When I lived in Italy, I used their healthcare system all the time. It was actually quite effective. I actually got to see one of the best neurologists in Italy for almost freaking nothing when I herniated 2 discs in my back. Okay, almost nothing, and I saw them in like a month, which is less time than it takes me to see a neurologist now. Right. What I'm saying is those countries are spending money on their people, not on their military. Why is it so important for us to have such a large military that it's at the detriment of the American healthcare system? Why are we cutting Medicaid and benefits from people in the United States, but attempting to give $200 billion for a war, right? Like, why is American healthcare always last? And Republicans have literally have a bill. They haven't put it up to up to committee, but they have it written ready to go, where they are going to cut more people off their off their healthcare in order to fund ICE and the war.
Well, I think we should continue to fund ICE. I think we should get illegal immigrants that have committed crimes out of the country. I think that is universal. I think everyone agrees with that. When it comes to the military, I don't think we're in a war. Yeah, war might have been used, whatever, all the semantics, I get it. We're not in a war with Iran. What we're trying to do is negotiate with Iran and let them know that you are not going to have this, that, and the other.
Donald Trump said on TV
that have the same threats against the West.
Donald Trump said,
when we talk about the West, we're not just talking about America. We're talking about Germany. We're talking about Great Britain. We're talking about England. We're talking about a lot of countries.
Donald Trump said it was a war. He said, this is what he said, and almost as I quote, I'm paraphrasing slightly, but almost as I quote, he said, "We're in a war with Iran, but I can't say it's a war because then I would need Congress's opinion. So I have to say it's an So I have to say it's an excursion, which, by the way, is not the right word. They told him to say incursion. He doesn't know what that word means, right? So he said excursion. So he literally said, we're at war, but I can't say that because then I would need congressional approval. So he admitted not only are we in a war, that we're in a war, but also that he's breaking the law.
Right. So can we admit that he probably has a lot more information than you do on whatever's going on in Iran?
Sir,
can we agree on that?
Can we admit that he has more information than you?
Information than you, me, or any.
So he has more information than you. So you're saying Donald Trump has more information than you?
Yes.
Okay, Donald Trump says we're at a war. So if Donald Trump says we're at a war, then how are you saying we're not in a war?
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying.
Oh, you don't like that part?
He was told by somebody, like, this is what's going on, or he was shown something. So he says we're in a war. Do you agree that he has more information than you or I could ever possibly have?
Yeah, but what's actually really funny, okay, is all the people that he gets his information from have all come out like independently and said that he's lying. That's the funny part. The director,
but the people
hold
he
on.
makes the spokespersons aren't the people actually getting information. You understand that, right?
Sir, where does the president get his information from?
The president gets his information from people like you or I who are very good at our jobs, and we're in a specific job for specific.
Donald Trump gets his stuff from people like the intelligence community, right? So someone like the director of national intelligence, who said they are not an imminent threat. They are not trying to build nuclear weapons, and they're not trying to build missiles in order to hit the United States. Or, okay, like the director of the Anti-Terrorism Center in the United States, who literally specializes in this, okay, that said specifically that Iran was not trying to build a nuclear weapon, or Iran was not trying to build ballistic missiles, and they did not pose an imminent threat to the United States, and that the only reason that we're attacking them is because Israel wanted us to, right? Like these are the people that he actually gets his information from Tulsi Gabbard.
Evil people. And we're just going to attack Iran because
the problem is that Donald Trump should. by the way, the Defense Intelligence Agency, right? The Pentagon's intelligence also confirmed reports of all of those things also, right? So just be clear that Iran wasn't trying to do any of those things, right? But more importantly, the problem is that Donald Trump's not listening to those people, and he's listening to fucking Fox and Friends, okay? That's the issue, is that we have this, like you talked about supporting the military, right? And the military, all right, has this insanely big, intelligence apparatus. Then we have also like the most expensive like intelligence apparatus in the world on top of that, right? With our intelligence agencies. And we have all that stuff that you just promoted, that you said we need, that's so amazing, right? And instead of listening to any of it, Donald Trump listens to Fox and Friends and Bibi Netanyahu. Okay, that's the problem. Okay, is that he's not listening. You're repeating a bunch of stuff that every intelligence agency in the United States says is wrong. Every single one. And the intelligence agencies of over 50 other countries that are all allies.
So you think Donald Trump gets his information from Fox and Friends? Is that
we know he gets his information from Fox and Friends. We know that.
So before he makes a post or a speech, the only information he's getting is from Fox and Friends. That's it.
Oh no, I'm sure
so
he also
gets
TV. I'm sure he also gets information from whatever staff are around Yes Man that, that it just happens to be next door to him at the moment.
So if it's not him watching Fox and Friends, it's them watching Fox and Friends.
Sir, they've actually
he's getting direct feed from operators in a different country where they're not supposed to be, because he's the fucking commander in chief.
No, sir.
Live video feed of people.
You think the president's sitting around the White House getting live feeds from special operators in other countries? No, sir. The director of national intelligence is the person that's doing that. They're the ones doing that. The people at the Pentagon, sir. The people at the Pentagon are the people that are doing that, and then those are people that report to Donald Trump. You think the commander in chief? You think the president of the United States is just sitting around watching operations happen in the Middle East just around the fucking clock? Yeah. That's what you think is happening?
If he planned one, yeah, I guarantee he's watching it.
He hasn't ever planned a military operation because he doesn't have an ability. Because he doesn't have an ability to plan a military operation because he's never been in the military. What are you talking? He's never been in the military. How the heck would he plan a military operation? He's a 3-time draft dodger. That dude couldn't plan a game of Risk, bro. What are you talking about? That dude, are you kidding me, bro? That dude couldn't plan a fucking a war with G.I. Joes, bro. Okay? That dude couldn't plan a clan meetup in Call of Duty if he planned a military operation. Is that a joke? Is that a fucking joke?
He got Nicolas Maduro though, didn't he?
He did not do that. He did not do that.
He didn't do that.
The military people in the Pentagon made a plan to go get Maduro. Donald Trump might have okayed it. He might have said, go get him. But Donald Trump didn't plan the military operation. Okay? He gave a thumbs up, and then people that know what they're doing planned a military operation.
Right. That's exactly what I was saying earlier. I didn't say that he did any. I say you have people around you that give you. You can't have advisors. Biden had plenty of fucking advisors. He had a fucking
yes, sir. That's the whole point of what I'm saying is that those advisors, sir, those advisors, all of those advisors are coming out now and saying that Donald Trump is lying. That's the whole point of this conversation.
Where is that source? Where can I
already gave it to you. The Defense Intelligence, the Director of National Intelligence, and the Director of Anti-Terrorism Center.
No, where can I find that though?
Literally anywhere you want, dude. The freaking director of like literally you can't.
His director of national terrorism is saying what?
that Iran was not trying to build a nuclear weapon, that they were not an imminent threat, and the only reason that we went there is because Netanyahu wanted us to.
That's what the director of national terrorism is saying.
Director of Anti-Terrorism Center. You're confusing two pieces now. You're mixing up which two you want. You had a few tonight, sir?
Huh? No, I'm sober. I've been sober 9 years.
Dude, you might like want to start or something because you're not.
No, I'm saying what did I mix up? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, you mixed up the director of national intelligence and the director of the Anti-Terrorism Center. Yeah.
Oh, director of anti-terrorism is the one that said they weren't building a nuke. But
yeah, so we already went through this, sir. Do you have another point? Because I don't know what we're doing here.
60%.
Sir, it started enriching to 60% because Donald Trump pulled us out of the JCPOA. Before they weren't enriched. Before that, they weren't enriching over 2.7.
Yes.
So Donald Trump is the reason why they started enriching
uranium.
They were enriching uranium because Donald Trump pulled us out of the deal.
Right. That still doesn't make sense to me. Can you make that make sense to you?
Yes, we were in a deal where Iran agreed.
MAGA person?
Yeah, where Iran agreed not to enrich uranium past 2.7%. They were abiding by that rule. We were having inspections. They were doing all of those rules, and they were staying within it. And then Donald Trump came in and said, oh my God, Obama, I hate him. He's brown and beautiful, and I could never be that. So he pulled us out of the JCPOA, and then immediately Iran started enriching uranium to a higher level. Okay, so Donald Trump was what caused this problem. And even with all of those problems, and again, this is not excusing the Iranian regime. They're fucking horrible. They're horrible fucking people who fucking commit human rights violations.
We all agree on that.
But even at that point, they were negotiating with the Trump administration when they bombed them in June. And they were negotiating about not having a nuclear weapon. And Donald Trump bombed them, said they obliterated all the freaking nuclear facilities. Obliterated all of them. And then 9 months later, somehow they have nuclear weapons, even though they weren't trying to do it. And then they went into negotiations again, and then Donald Trump bombed them again. So now Iran is like, well, we're not going to negotiate anymore because every time we try to negotiate, they bomb us. So fuck it, we're not going to negotiate anymore.
No, they should. We shouldn't be negotiating with these fucking people. They don't like us. They don't. California would be the first place to get fucking nuked.
You think we should only negotiate with people that like us?
I agree that probably most of the people that are there are nice, good people. I don't mind a Muslim. I'm friends with Muslims. I know plenty of Muslims, and I agree that in every group there is a fucking far right or a far left or whatever the fuck you might call it. But that country's regime it's only been changed to the benefit of the people one time.
The guy
and
who
to enrich
killed
uranium to 60 plus
the guy we killed, their leader,
3%,
sir, the leader that we killed,
crazy work.
Yeah, the leader that we killed, they put in his son, who's even more hardline than he was.
Yeah.
So now the situation's worse, and the people that are literally in Iran now have a worse, harsher leader who almost definitely wants nuclear weapons.
So what would you do if you were the president?
I wouldn't have pulled us out of the JCPOA.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone ask you this.
Yeah, I never would have pulled.
You do
literally, I get asked this literally every night. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, I don't fucking.
I wouldn't have pulled us out of the JCPOA, so we weren't in this problem.
What would you do?
Just answered you twice, actually.
Huh?
I said I just answered you actually twice.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you do it a third time so I can?
I said I wouldn't have pulled us out of the JCPOA, so we wouldn't have been in this problem to begin with.
Okay. Say that you were already pulled out of the JCPOA.
Then I shouldn't be reelected.
Now.
Then I shouldn't be reelected
because the president's been shot. The fucking vice president's been shot. You're the fucking head of the state. Whatever. Now you're the fucking president. What would you do to?
There's a pretty long line of succession in between me and the president right now.
Huh?
What would I do?
Yeah, what would you do?
The first thing I would do is I would strengthen our alliances with NATO, right? To show that we actually support them and they actually support us. to show that I actually support them and they actually support us, right? And then I would make a deal with them in order to denuclearize, like just like the JCPOA was, and I would have them denuclearize by releasing sanctions and bringing them back into the West as far as trade. Because when you include a country with trade, right, and sanctions and bring them in the Western world, then their currency becomes financially tied to the Western market. And then it does not make any sense for them to attack you militarily because it would be at their own detriment, right? Not just their detriment of, not just the detriment of bombing, but the detriment of their entire economy. Because what that does is it makes a lot of people really fucking rich. Okay? It makes a lot of people in that country really fucking rich. And those rich people don't want to lose their money. Okay. And so they have influence over the leaders of the country, and then they make it where it's not that way anymore. And then those rich people opt to influence with money other people to get in the government that are more that, you know, that want to push that Western agenda onto the country. And then you just slowly over time get better and better and better leaders. It's nothing different than what we've done with multiple countries in the Middle East. But every time we go in and start bombing them, they breed terrorists. They end up trying to attack the United States. They try to get nukes. They do all that stuff. Every time we bomb them, it just gets worse. It never gets better. Every time we bring them in, it gets better. Every single time. Every single time. It never fails.
But how do you bring Iran and Israel together?
I don't give a fuck about Israel. Israel needs to suck it up because they're part of the Abraham Accords and they need us financially also. So they need to figure it out. You two children, stop fighting each other in the backyard, okay? In the back of the seat, or I'm going to turn this car around and there's no ice cream for anyone. Okay?
And you don't think Donald Trump's doing that?
No. Because if he was, he would have told. Because he would have told. If that's what he was doing, he would have told Bibi Netanyahu to fuck off. And instead, he said, "We'll help you attack Iran."
No, I don't think that. I mean,
over a dozen and a half times.
Bibi Netanyahu's are corrupt.
Over a decade, over a dozen times,
pretty much. Yeah, I do think he is. But
over a dozen and a half times.
He's not in charge of Israel,
sir. Over a dozen and a half times since 1991. Over a dozen and a half times since 1991. Bibi Netanyahu has said that Iran is 2 weeks away from a nuclear weapon and has begged the United States to help them attack. It happened under Reagan. It happened under Reagan. It happened under Bush Senior. It happened under Clinton. It happened under Bush Jr. It happened under Obama. It happened under Biden. It happened under all of those presidents since 1991. It happened to all of them. Okay. And every single one of those presidents, even morons like fucking Bush Jr. was like, that ain't right. And that's fucking stupid. Okay. Every single one was like, that ain't right. And that's fucking stupid. And then here comes Big Orange Man, dumb as shit. Okay. Being like, oh, okay, I'll help you. And now we're in a situation that we can't just get out of. Okay. Now we're in a situation, but this is why you don't vote in morons, right? This is why.
What do you mean we can't get out of?
We can't get out of this.
That's
what are you talking
why
about?
We spend money on our military. We can get out of it.
We could bomb them for just like we could just get out of Afghanistan, and we were there for 20 years.
What?
Just like we could just get out of Afghanistan. We've been there for 20 years.
That was because we were making money on that war. That's what that was.
Sir, you can't bomb your way out of this problem.
Bottom line, what that was. That's what I said earlier. Is we made the mistake in 2002 someone made the mistake of saying Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. They're not going to do that in Iran unless there's actually evidence. Because now we have smartphones. Now we have cameras everywhere.
You can't bomb your way out of this problem.
There's no way to get away with that mistake.
You can't bomb your way out of this problem, sir.
What?
You can't bomb your way out of this problem. Okay? You can't. This is why Donald Trump's struggling right now. It's already been shown that like he's already asked his aides and all sorts of stuff. But like, why haven't they capitulated yet? So the reason why they haven't capitulated yet is because you can't bomb your way out of this problem. Okay? Donald Trump thought he was going to do like what he did in Iran in June. He thought he was going to do what he did in Venezuela. This is not the same issue, and you can't do that. He is going to cost the United States trillions of dollars, possibly at least hundreds of billions of dollars, to get nothing out of it.
Yep.
Okay. And we're just going to be right back in the same position that we were before because that's not how this works. Okay.
No, because these people are scientists and they're really smart. And even though they're making bombs, they're making energy is what they're really doing. I don't think they should be getting blown up or be in any type of line of fire. I mean, I guess they sign up for it, so that's on them. But at the same time, I think I agree with you. I think there should be no nuclear programs at all, even us. I don't think we should even have the capability to drop a nuclear weapon on a country.
Well, I think that goes against the theory of mutual destruction, but which is a whole thing, which is kind of important.
That's one thing, but if everybody disarmed their shit under a third-party system, I think everyone would be okay.
If everyone disarmed, then who would be the third-party system?
But I do agree with us being the most professional soldiers, and as far as money goes, I don't think you can put a price on safety.
Yeah, except for it doesn't make us more safe.
What doesn't make us more safe?
So right now, the military, whose job is to go to other countries and fight, is getting paid. The Coast Guard, whose actual job is our borders, like who actually his job is to protect the actual continental United States, they're not even getting paid right now.
Yeah, but they'll get back pay. I know a lot of those guys. They'll get back pay.
Well, they'll just get back pay. We should just not pay them for months.
So much money at one time from back pay that they don't care.
Yeah. They're totally okay with not being able to pay their rent right now because they'll get back pay. That has to be the dumbest thing I've ever fucking heard in my life. These dudes literally, these young Coast Guard. Yeah, that's a bullshit fucking lie. Okay, that's a bullshit fucking lie. These young dudes in the fucking Coast Guard who fucking don't make enough money as it is, right? Who don't make enough money as it is, many of which are living paycheck to paycheck because they don't make enough money, and now you're just like, oh well. Any debt that I have, all the payments just have to stop for that. My rent's due. I can't pay for that. You know, like, oh, what if I was looking, I have multiple houses because they moved around. Oh, well, the bank doesn't care about that. They want their money and they're not getting paid. And they're just like, oh, okay, well, I guess if I don't get paid for 3 months, it's just totally cool because I'll just get a back paycheck. Sorry, sir. And with all due respect and somehow not at all, that is the dumbest fucking shit I've ever fucking heard in my entire fucking life. That people just don't care about not getting paid for months because they're gonna get a back paycheck at some time as their cars are getting fucking evicted, getting repoed out of their fucking the front of their fucking driveway, right? And hopefully they're lucky enough to fucking bank with a bank that will help them out, and even those only go so. Anyways, I'm going to move on to the next caller. I hope you have a good one, okay?
Why? No, wait, hold on. I got one more question.
Yeah, I have a question too.
What? No, seriously, one more.
Here's my question. What's your favorite color?
Can I ask one more
What's your favorite color?
I guess blue.
Da-boo dee da-boo die, da-boo dee da-boo die, da-boo dee da-boo die. Blew his house with a blue little window and a blue Corvette. Oh. Yo, make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you guys like support the live, I do the live gift code going on over here. I also have, please send that heart me. If you send that daily heart me, we're up to like 500 people that are fans over there with the heart me's recently. So go ahead and check and see if you've sent one recently. You can go up to that little top if you see that little heart that's next to my name. Or that little thing, and it'll say join. If you haven't hit that join button, please hit that join button. Send the heart me, join the fan club. It really does help to help keep the live moving and to get good callers and get good guests and to build the community. So please do that. I really, really appreciate that. It really means a lot to me. Also, if you like support, I do have this, and I have super fans and stuff open too. So I really appreciate that. If you guys are on the YouTube, just come on in, say hi, hit that like button. I do have super chats and super stickers over there too, which I'll go through a few of those. Before I get to that, Josh, thank you for $20 over on the Venmo. Said, not a lot of people know this, but by dictate of the Constitution, the presidential line of succession goes VP, Speaker of the House, and then Politics. W's in the chat for Polly. W's in the chat for Polly. I'm right after Speaker of the House. It is JD Vance. JD Vance, Mike Johnson, then me. Who knew? Guys, I will take on this responsibility, okay? I will take on responsibility. I can't promise I will be the best president, but I will promise that my press conferences and my State of the Union will be fucking epic, dude. Dude, let me do a State of the Union, bro. I'm gonna be trashing everybody, bro. It's gonna look like the fucking roast of fucking of old Republicans and old Democrats. I'm gonna be roasting everybody. Chuck Schumer might cry. Let me do a State of the Union. Chuck Schumer might cry, bro. And how it's usually the vice president and the Speaker of the House behind him. I'm just gonna have fucking comedians, dude. I'm gonna have Josh Johnson and Tom Segura behind me. We're just gonna be trashing people the whole fucking time, dude. It's gonna be great. Mary, thank you so much for the $2. Says tonight has been a really good live. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Lovely said we are going to hell with these pseudo intelligent people like this caller. Yeah, we're already in hell. Jason, thank you so much for the $5. So Chatter brought up for a good point for how bad Trump is. He's exposed how many corrupt individuals are in power. I'm a real silver linings kind of guy. I am not, and he is the corrupt person. So I don't think it's best to put a corrupt person in to expose the corrupt people, because then you just end up with a bunch more corrupt people. Oh no. Sorry, someone said they hate Josh Johnson. I'm gonna have said Tom Segura. I'm gonna have Josh Johnson, and then I'm gonna have three. I'm gonna have Josh Johnson, and then I'm gonna have Stephen Colbert, and then I'm gonna have Kimmel, just all lined up. And we're just gonna trash people for 3 hours, bro. There's gonna be an intermission. There's gonna be bathroom breaks. So, anyways, that's my opinion on it, Jason. Thank you so much. There's gonna be an intermission. There's gonna be bathroom breaks, bro. There might be drinks there, bro. We might have an open bar at the State of the Union. Fuck it, let's party, bro. Like I said, I can't promise I'll be the best president, but I will promise I will be the most fun. I will tell you that, and I won't start wars with people for no reason. Oh fuck! Everybody gets kicked off except for Jon Stewart. I just want it to be me and Jon Stewart. Sorry, I correct everything I just said. Someone brought up Jon Stewart. I kick everybody else off, and it's just me and Jon Stewart. Okay. It's just me and Jon Stewart. All right. Scott, thank you so much for the $5. Said, thanks to Trump, all U.S. is hated. Other countries warn about you. How could we win? He's an asshole. Yeah, 100%. I agree that we are definitely hated. Scott, thank you again for the $10. And I've been involved in the Canadian health system, patient for almost 50 years. It works. I'm proof. Yeah, it works just fine. It's literally just been this talking point in America that doesn't work well. I don't know. They just start that. I'm pretty sure that's being spread by insurance companies to propagate how bad their shit is. To make their shit sound not as bad, I think. That's all it is. And to Blues, thank you so much. It says Donald Trump couldn't organize a one-car funeral. That's actually probably true, unfortunately. That's what's really sad. Thank you so much to Blues. All right, let's get this thing up to 200,000 likes. Again, don't forget to send your heart me's, please. Go hit up that little heart thing up there. It says join, or you might already be joined. Make sure you send it, and we'll do that. Welding, thank you so much for the clock also. And we'll see if we can we'll see who we got over here. See if we can keep this thing going. 75 should be the age limit for president. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm okay with 75. Starting at 75? No way, dude. No way. You gotta be done being president by the time you're 72. You gotta be done being president by the time you're 72. Or something.
Hello.
Hello?
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
33.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Absolutely.
All right. Why is that?
I want to get these illegals out of my country.
Why is that?
So the pay in construction can be equal again.
Equal to who?
Equal to every man that's working on the job. If somebody comes in and works for $10 an hour less for the same job, your pay rate just went down $10 because he's just as good as you, and he'll do it for $10 less.
Oh, I guess you just have to do it for $10 less.
What? How does that help Americans?
By getting
in their
cheap,
country,
well,
$10 goes as far as feeding their family for a month. In my country, $10 goes for feeding my family for half of a meal.
Well,
How is that fair?
Well, first of all, that's a gross, over exaggeration. But I do understand your point. I do understand.
It's not. What's one peso worth?
Sir, can you let me finish my sentence?
Sorry about that.
Thank you. What I was saying was it's a gross exaggeration because no, $10 doesn't go to feed anybody for a month in 99% of countries, including anywhere in South America or Central America. That's a joke. But I do understand your point about $10 not being able to feed half your family. I mean, the $10 doesn't do much in the United States anymore. Okay. But my whole point is, sir, that we don't need to be getting undocumented immigrants out because that just reduces our labor force. Then we have less people to do construction, and then we have less things like houses, which is a problem, right? What we do need to do is make sure that we shore up our labor laws where people aren't hiring undocumented immigrants. They're hiring documented immigrants that are paying taxes and doing the job, doing the job for a fair wage. And then you get both, right? You get people in the United States having, higher wages, when it comes to construction, and we get more projects done.
We agree on that. We agree on the company definitely making sure people are legal. But that's just not how the world works. People are not good people, and people don't do the right thing all the time. And when greed sets in, it trickles down to the little man like me.
Sir,
the one that's actually doing the plumbing, the one that's actually doing the HVAC pipe, and the one that's doing the concrete. It trickles down to us. It don't bother the people at the top.
Sir, if we took like a quarter,
if Biden's in office or Donald Trump is.
Sir, if we took a quarter of the money that Donald Trump is wasting, failing to deport people in the United States, because again, he's doing it worse than Biden and worse than Obama, but costing the American taxpayer more to do it. Okay, if we took a quarter of what Donald Trump is spending in order to do that and actually use that on labor law enforcement, we could fix the problem.
I think I talked to Jeff on about this last week, and I'm pretty sure Donald Trump in the last 18 months deported more people than Obama did in his entire last year and Joe Biden in his entire last year.
That's incorrect.
I'm pretty sure he's surpassed the deporter in chief, as they would call him.
That's not even close to true.
Is it not? Am I really that wrong?
Yes.
I know he's deported somewhere around 1.3 million.
600,000.
And some of those were self-deportees or whatever, but it's still deportations.
No, the self-deportation number is basing off what Chrissy Nome said, where she freaking said that like 2 million people self-deported, and every single individual research agency that looked into whether that was true or not put the number around less than 100,000.
No, I don't think. I think I can pull you up an article right here if you want to look at it.
You can show me where you can pull up the Department of Homeland Security article where she says that it happened. You can't pull me up a verifying article of it. I can tell you where all of them are. They're at the Council for Immigration Studies. They're at Pew Research Center. They're at the Cato Institute. All of those research agencies did studies on that 2 whatever million that Chrissy Nome said and found it all to be real, all to be false. They all said her number was incorrect. I think the highest estimations of it were like 120,000.
So imagine I wasn't a white man though, right? Imagine I wasn't like
that's going to be difficult, sir.
Pipe welder, right? Like, yeah, it's irrelevant, right? Imagine I was like a brown guy in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm telling you the same thing. That these illegals are coming in, and I'm a pipe fitter apprentice, and my pay is $18 an hour because I can't get more because they can hire someone who doesn't have a work number, or they can work under someone else's work number, and they can pay them a lot less money. So my pay is capped. Like, imagine I'm not a white, married Christian man. Imagine that. Like,
sure. What does that have to do with what I said? I have no problem with you wanting fair wage for your labor. I think that's very, very important, right? I'm not saying that you shouldn't. That shouldn't happen to you. I gave you an actual valid solution to how to fix that problem, because I ran the numbers earlier, right? I ran the numbers, right? According to Donald Trump's deportation numbers, he is on average deported about 190 people per county in the United States. Okay. And those 190 people didn't work in construction. They worked in all sorts of fields, because undocumented immigrants, immigrants in total, but undocumented immigrants work in all sorts of fields. They work in service, they work in agriculture, they work in construction, they work in all sorts of places, right? So 190 people per county, and then
But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so you have a very small number of people, if you actually spread it out across the United States, right, that are actually being affected by this. But I'm not even denying that there are certain areas like construction where you are going to see a higher effect on the cost of wages for labor. I'm not denying that, right? I'm saying, right, that the way that we fix it is by making people legal, putting them under our labor laws. That way we can pay them correctly. Right. That way they can't be exploited for their labor. Right. Because that's what it is. It's companies exploiting them for their labor. We create a situation where they can't be exploited for their labor because they actually fall under U.S. labor laws. We hold companies accountable that hire people better. Right. And then their wages increase. Your wages increase. Everybody's happy, including the American consumer, who now gets more of a product.
Yes, I agree with that. But there's some that don't want an ID. They don't want their name in a system because they've done things back home that can be tracked here now. Do you understand what I'm saying? So those people are still always going to have that percentage of the population.
Yeah, less than 80% of the people.
That percentage is to find those people and get those people out of here.
Sir, if Donald Trump, hold on, sir. If Donald Trump was deporting violent criminals, then nobody would be complaining. Less than 3% of the people that he's detaining and deporting have a violent criminal past. In any way, shape, or form. It's like 2.7%. Okay? Less than 20% have any criminal history at all, like parking tickets and shit. Okay? So if less than 3% of the people that he's deporting are violent criminals, then that's not what's happening. Okay? If Donald Trump was saying, "Hey, I got this big old agency, and we're not even going to worry about the people that are going out there that are just going to work, doing their job, doing the best they can. We're going to go after just violent criminals. We're going to go after criminals, but we're going to specifically go after violent criminals. We're going to go after gang members. We're going to go after cartel members. We're going to go after all those people because that's what we need to get out of America." I'd be like, you know what? Donald Trump's right. Let's do it. I'm in. I support. I would support it 100%. Okay? That would be a totally valid argument.
Do you really think you would support it 100%, or would you find something wrong with it?
Why would I find something? Well, first of all, if Donald Trump did it, he probably would find a way to fuck it up. But if it was exactly what I was saying, okay, which Donald Trump wouldn't do because what I'm doing makes sense, right? If Donald Trump was to just be like, yes, we're going after violent criminals. That's it. Period. Like, we're going to do the whole weight of this. We're going to rid the United States of every cartel member, of every criminal, of anybody who's committed a crime. We're going to throw them in jail, and then we're going to get rid of them. I'd be like, bet. Let's fucking go.
Okay, I got a couple different numbers. So you said some numbers, and the ICE made about 390,000 arrests, right, from 25 to 26. And it says 14%. That's an eighth. That's about an eighth of the total. A little more than an eighth involved violent crimes, assault, robbery, sexual assault, etc.
Yeah, okay? I'll pull that
and
article
that's
any
CBS.
day.
That's from CBS. And 2% involved.
What's the name of the article?
Serious crime.
Yeah. What's the name of the article?
Murder.
Sir, what's the name of the article?
What?
You said you're on CBS. What's the name of the article?
Oh, I just have to open it. Oh, I'm sorry.
You haven't opened it?
Yeah, it's from CBS News.
Yeah, sir. CBS News
the
has
title
names of
is
articles.
Less than 14% of those arrested by ICE in Trump's race. See, they would make it a fucking title like that.
Less than 14%
Instead
of
saying
what?
14% are fucking violent crimes. The title is.
Sir, you can't just get the title out. Like, this is not very difficult. I just need the title.
It's by Camilo Montoya.
Oh my goodness.
The title is less than 14% of those arrested by ICE in Trump's first year back in office had violent criminal records. Document shows. That is it. Just type in less than 14% on CBS News. You'll find the article by Camilo.
Sir, I'm reading it.
Montoya.
Please be quiet.
Camila Montoya.
Yeah, this is not saying that it's actually true. All it's saying is that DHS reported it.
I didn't say it was true. I was just giving.
It literally says that DHS says that less than 14% of the people that they arrested, not that they actually had a crime or that they arrested, had a violent criminal past, but it doesn't even say that's true. It actually, if you go down even further, right? It said, for example, while Mr. Trump and his aides often talk about immigration officials targeting, unalivers, rapists, gangsters, the internal data indicate that less than 2% of arrests by ICE over the past year had homicide or sexual assault. Another 2% of ICE custody were taken from gang members.
While Mr. Trump and his aides often talk about
literally right there, it says less than 2% of them were violent criminals. It says it in the article.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said 2% had the worst of the worst crimes, but that was 14% with violent crimes. 14%
is what DHS claimed was violent. And the rest of the article goes on to explain how the DHS number of 14% is wrong. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
I'm looking at it right here.
Well, then you can't comprehend it.
It's CBS.
Sir, it's on the screen for everybody to see. Sir, listen, I'm reading it. Everybody here is reading it. Yeah. Okay? This is not a difficult thing.
If it was on Fox News and it went the other way, would you agree with it?
I don't give a fuck what news agency that is just saying that DHS is saying something.
That's the problem, son, is you do believe.
I don't care, sir. I don't care. I care that the news agency is factual, but more importantly, this article isn't saying that 14% are violent criminals. The article is saying that Kristi Noem said that there's 14% are criminals. I don't care about that.
You understand that it ain't Kristi Noem saying anything. When they arrest somebody, they have a sheet that they check shit off with, right?
I know. That's how I know the number is 2.7% because I've looked at that sheet. Yeah, and the analyzing of that sheet shows that 2.7% are violent criminals.
Okay, but 14% were arrested because
no, they were not. Nothing
crime.
On that sheet says that.
We can agree on that.
Nothing in that database that you're talking about says that.
Had some sort of violent crime
in that
on their record.
Nothing in that database that you're talking about says that. That database where they hold everything. That database where they hold everything. That database that you were just talking about. Nowhere in that database does it actually say what you're saying. Or what this internal DHS memo says.
Okay. I think you're incorrect.
All right. Well, I'm not.
Well, I think that we should get them out of our fucking country if they are not planning on living here the rest of their lives and raising their families here. I don't think they have a fucking reason to be here to begin with other than to get money from this country to go back to their shitty fucking economy. So that's the fucking main, that's my main fucking thing.
I'm 100% okay with them coming here, working, contributing to our society. I am 100% okay with them coming here and using our society to make money to send back to whatever motherfucking country they want. I really could not give a shit. I literally could not care fucking less. Republicans are literally going to work and spending their hard-earned money on Chinese-made truck nuts off of fucking Temu. Okay? You really think I give a shit if an immigrant is coming here and sending money back home for their fucking family to eat? I could not care fucking less, dude. Like, literally nothing in this world do I care less about than a poor immigrant making money to send back to his home so his fucking kids could eat. Couldn't give a shit, dude. What you want to do with your money after you fucking make it, okay, as long as it's, but you know, everybody is consenting adults in it, right? If you want to get giant, like as a man, if you want to get giant, like fake breastises, right? Like just huge ones, like plastic that go over the top, where it's kind of weird too, where the nipples are kind of like offset too. It was like, you know, it was a little bit of lazy nipple. If you want to get those, and then you want to, you know, spend $25,000 to talk to sex workers who also have, you know, like real giant hoo-has. Well, I mean, I don't think they're real. Like, I mean, the plastic surgeon probably did it. But if you want to spend your hard-earned money on that, then like I'm 100% for it. I'm 100% for it. You have fun with your big fake titties, okay? You have fun with those, okay? You go, girl. All right, you do that. Or if you want to send money back home so your family can eat. Either way. All right? Either way. All right? Just if you're making your own money, you should have the rights, the individual rights in this country to spend the money on what you want. All right? As long as, again, everybody's legal. You can't be taking trips to freaking Trump Island, okay, in the Caribbean. But besides that, you can do whatever you want with it.
You cut me off and not let me say anything I want to say. I just want to say one thing.
Okay, what do you want to say?
I understand individual rights, but if you don't want to become an American, don't come here. It'd be one thing if it was a small amount of fucking people coming here, making some money, sending it home, and going home and building houses, building fucking plantations. I don't care what you do, but it's a large number. It's millions of people now coming here, and they're making good money, and they send it home.
Sure, Donald Trump is arresting people at their fucking immigration hearings trying to become American citizens. Donald Trump is arresting people. Sir, Donald Trump is arresting people at their immigration hearings when they're trying to become Americans. Like literally trying to become Americans, trying to do things a legal way, and Donald Trump is yanking them out of their immigration hearings to do it. So I don't want to hear this whole fucking like, oh, come here and try to be a part of the United States and all that sort of stuff.
Why didn't they try to do that? Why didn't they try to do that when they had the chance
They
to
did.
do
It takes fucking
Biden
years,
breaking
sir.
the fucking law?
It takes fucking years. The people that he was arresting had been
I
here
know
for fucking decades, and he ripped them out of the system for trying to do things the right way. Sir, if you just don't fucking like brown people, just fucking say I'm a fucking racist or a xenophobe and I just don't like brown people, and then let's just move on. Stop with these ridiculous excuses. They gotta do things the right way. Or they were trying to do things the right way. Sir, if you're just a bad person, just say you're a fucking bad person so we can move on, dude. Like all this fucking dog whistle fucking like trying to fucking talk around it bullshit that you guys fucking do. Just say it with your whole ass chest, bro. Just say, I'm tired of all these freaking brown people coming to this country and I can't stand them. I want to be whiter, and let's just get on with the fucking conversation, bro. Like I'm
not even white. I'm Cuban. My whole
Cubans are fucking
brown.
white, you
I'm
ding
a
dong.
nationalist.
Cubans,
I'm not a fucking xenophobe. I'm not a racist.
Cubans are white.
That's what I am.
Cubans are white.
Cool. Oh, so now Cubans are white.
Not now. Always have been.
Okay, so we're white. Okay, so I guess I'm white.
Yes, I know.
I'm a really, really tan white person, I guess.
So is Snooki.
But I'm not a fucking racist. I'm not a xenophobe. I'm a nationalist. I want America to be the best country it can be. And I think we all agree on that. That's all I'm trying to... But you want to turn somebody into a racist.
No, sir, you're turning yourself into a racist. You're turning yourself into a racist. I'm just observing it, okay? That's all it is. I'm just observing it. You're the one making yourself into it. I'm just observing it. Okay? That's all. I don't need to make people into racist, dude. Y'all do such a good job by yourselves. Okay? You guys do such a good job of making yourselves be racist all on your own. Okay? You guys like it's so I don't need help with anything. All right? I don't need help at all. You guys can do bad all about yourself. Okay? So anyways, I'm going to move on to the next caller, okay? Because I'm bored.
I think you can't handle it.
You now you're starting to think? You've had 20 minutes and now you're starting to think?
Give me one argument that I can't argue against. Give me one thing in your head that I can't argue against that you believe is 100% correct, and I there's no way I can argue against it.
Your dad didn't leave for milk; he just didn't love you.
No, my dad was a cop for 30.
No one cares. Anyways. I don't know why when you guys are like, and I'm like, hey, I'm done having this conversation. I'm bored, or the conversation's not going anywhere. You guys think that's like an opportunity to like continue the conversation. I'm not interested. Okay? I'm not interested. That's why I'm done with the conversation. All right? He didn't go for milk, man. You were the problem. You were the problem. Guys, have you guys never seen a government form or any other type of thing where it asks for race? It literally says white, Hispanic, white, non-Hispanic. It's literally a choice on like every fucking race thing. It says white, non-Hispanic, white, Hispanic. It says it right there on the fucking forms. And then people are like, oh, Cubans aren't, what the fuck are you talking about? Yes, they are. Yes, they fucking are. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. It's all the things. Oh my goodness. Anyways, y'all, make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you guys are sending that heart me also over there also. We've had 132 people send the heart me today. 132 people. I think that with 1,000 people in here, and we've had 25,000 likes over here. W's in the chat for having 25,000 views over here. Sorry, 25,000 views. I think that number should be at least 200 people that have sent the heart me's today. I think that number should be at least 200. Okay, I think it should be at least 200. I'm putting in we're putting in work over here. All right, we're doing stuff. Also, if you guys would like to support a little bit more, first of all, double tap that screen. Let's get up to 250,000 likes. But even more important, if you guys would like support, I do have a live gift goal. I need 4 more of the little mystery gift boxes. So I'd really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And thank you guys all for the people that have been gifting. Kramer, thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate that. And the cool little sticker says thank you. I appreciate that. Desiree said drinks all around. Love it. Yeah, at the State of the Union. State of the Union is still going to be a party, I'm telling you. It's going to be fun. Scott said, would a regime change be like a total staff change at a school? Yeah, I could see that. I think that's a decent way of putting it. It's a decent way of putting it. I don't mind it. Scott coming with good points today. Wow, Scott coming with actual good points today. That's pretty crazy. That's Scott, are you okay? Everything all right, bud? Everything all right? Sorry, this actually is kind of funny. I mean, I think It said to you guys here that Chrissy Nome's husband now has a job at Hooters. And I don't think any of you guys could tell me that if you found out that your local Hooters, like Chrissy Nome's husband was working there, every single one of you sick motherfuckers would go, by the way. Every single one of you. All right? Every single one of you. Okay? And I know you would. Okay? I wouldn't. I'm a good Christian boy. But I know I got some of you guys over there that are sick. Okay? And I know you guys would go. All right? I'd be at home praying. All right? Reading my Trump Bible. Sean, thank you so much for becoming a member. I really, really appreciate that. How many members we have? I know Shush and Capos both sent a bunch of memberships earlier too. And we've had a few individuals. We're at 18 new members. We might be able to get this thing up to 20 new members today. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Brad, thank you so much for the $2. I said that caller was on some good stuff. Yeah, he was. FT said caller's daddy went out for cigarettes. Yeah, and never came back. I just want him to know that it was his fault. Sometimes it's not his fault. Usually, sometimes adults fight, parents just fight. But in his case, it was his fault. Unequivocally. Unequivocally. How long have I been on? Holy shit. I've been on for 2.5 hours. I've really been on for 2.5 hours? I usually do 3. But I've been trying to cut the Wednesday lives to 2.5 since I get on late. I think I am going to do that, actually. Sorry, I was going to keep going. I actually have some pretty good energy. But I'm gonna get off right now so I could kind of stay on my schedule and be done for the night. I'll be back on for a full 3 hours tomorrow night, beginning at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you guys here. Make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for the wonderful turnout and the wonderful live. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, okay? Love you guys. Bye. Smoochies.